Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Dalitha. I am Travis. It's Monday, and that means it's time for the 25th anniversary of D-Generation X.
Sounds stupid.
We'll see if there's maybe a big screen or something of Billy Gunn. Maybe he did something. Because you remember how they did that with some other tribute they had. It was to one of the athletes, and then they had some of the AEW wrestlers said something.
Oh.
I can't remember what that was. It wasn't that long ago, just a few weeks ago.
Nice.
You don't remember, I take it?
I don't remember that. Sorry.
Wow. So they brought Kevin Patrick up to the big leagues. He was the NXT guy that was with, what's his name? Bad News Barrett.
So they moved him from interviewing in the back, put Baron Saxton back there, and got rid of Jimmy Smith.
Is that who that is? I thought that was the guy that was down in NXT.
Nope, that was Kevin. He was the one that would interview in the back, and Kevin Owens was like, your name can't be Kevin. You're
well,
Ernie.
Good deal.
That's
right.
going
to be interesting, that two-man group. Well, good stuff. We're going to find out some fallout from the pay-per-view this weekend.
Fallout? And the returns?
Yeah, it was... there was some good stuff that happened, but it was very underwhelming as a total.
Right. Walter says he'll be here later. Bryce is in the chat. Says hello to you and Travis. Happy Monday. Sophie's in the chat. Luke is out there. Ayla is with us. Film is with us. Janelle says hi. Chris Akane is with us as well. And Ravi is with us. Thanks, Luke and Ravi, for being here. I know it's really late for you guys, but thank you for showing up.
What's up with the tree? Is this Roman? This is Roman's music, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, the head of the table. That was crazy. It was like a tree with its head in the roots. Some new stuff. This is a new season, guys. So this is season umpteen of Monday Night Raw.
587. Anyway, Sophie says hi. How you like the pay-per-view on Saturday night, especially the return of Bray Wyatt.
He coming, bringing the energy.
Right.
It's like D tonight.
What? Just trying to
say
hi to people in the chat.
Just do that.
Hello.
Just do that.
Just come out and
head
act
bang.
like a psychopath.
Just stand
so it'd
up.
take me about 5 minutes, and then I'd have to go take a nap. Anyways, especially after I ate all the food I ate. So yeah. Anyways, Sophie wants to know how you like the pay-per-view on Saturday night, and especially the return of Bray Wyatt.
Obviously, that part's a 10. Liv giving up the title was a 10. I liked the first match of the night, the Donnybrook match, a 10. Sheamus has been putting on great matches lately.
Yeah. The return of Bray Wyatt.
But all in all, like, the pay-per-view just seemed really weird and awkward and moved really slow. So I'd give the whole thing overall like a 3 to a 4. And then the returns take it up to like a 6. Because they were huge. Like, it should have been a bigger pay-per-view. Like, I just feel like
you can
it
say
was
that,
shit.
but at the same time, you also said, it's mid-carders, yada, 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 and so on and so forth. We knew that the women's matches wouldn't be that great just because of who's in it and who were and are the champions.
Right. You know, the hardest part about it is that pit match at the end. 2 mid-carders, as of now, right, with Seth. Because Seth isn't that impressive as of lately, especially losing all those pay-per-views. And then he lost again. Like, they had a chance with Seth last night to go ahead and put him up.
Yeah.
And they dropped the ball, and Riddle can't do anything. You know, he's not a big guy. He's like Intercontinental Champion at top.
Right.
And so I don't know what they're doing there. So, yeah, you can't have 2 mid-carders close down your pay-per-view. But then they obviously closed down with Bray Wyatt, so.
Right.
And that's a huge A-card. Big card.
True.
It's a prime time play-up.
All right, Luke says tonight will be rough. Raw and the Chiefs tonight, LOL. Bryce says smash like on the live stream. Ayla says, hey. Luke said hi, Ayla. And Ayla said hi to Luke. Film says hello, Misty and Travis. Big hugs, big heart. Hi, Film. Good you're here. So says there's a rumor that the Good Brothers are on their way back to the WWE. Janelle said hi. Film says, well,
hey, Janelle.
I gotta say Extreme Rules was awesome.
Oh, wow.
You're the only one. Luke's like, Sophie, there are rumors every wrestler under the dub is going to WWE. And Sophie says, Mia Yim contract with Impact expired yesterday. And I will quit watching this if she comes to WWE on a women's
Who is
roster. Mia Yim.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Ayla's like, all of them are going to WWE. Crazy. Chris Akane said Liv could join the Wyatt Six because last night after Extreme's Rules, they showed an interview of her backstage crying as usual. No daddy ass.
I don't know, and obviously she's been champion, but if you guys were paying attention, when they showed the witch, there was a championship belt right behind her.
Right.
So it's a former champion.
Yeah. Right. And then Luke says she wasn't crying. She was laughing like a psychopath, which she was smiling in the ring. So who knows what that's really about. And we didn't see Bliss, even though she's supposedly injured, or Asuka. So the witch could be a whole bunch of different people, technically. Definitely, I don't. If it's Charlotte, though, that's just dumb. That makes no sense at all. Sophie's telling us that Bo Dallas is also returning to the WWE.
Yeah, if Bo Dallas is coming, his broad's already there, so maybe they're both in the family.
It was like, Travis, did you hear? All the wrestlers are going to WWE. Luke said it, so it's facts. Looks like
the Reddit.
Right. Chris is like Kevin Patrick on commentary. Robbie says, what we saying la. Sophie says, out of everybody, it is interesting how they picked Kevin Patrick to replace Jimmy Smith. Chris says the good bros can show up tonight. Ayla says, you can just call me Miss Ayla, Luke. No need to make me godlike. Sophie says the Mets are out of the playoffs thanks to them losing 2 out of the 3 games in the wild card, which is all messed up. Chris says Crybaby Liv will join Wyatt's 6 prob. Luke says, I have all my monitors going, Raw, Chiefs, stream, and social media. And Vindicator is in the chat. Hey, Vin.
I got 5.
Says, LOL.
Feel ya.
Sammy feeling that music and himself. Robbie says, oh, Ayla, you're bringing sexy back. Those other girls don't know how to act. Sophie says, I give the pay-per-view an 8 out of 10. Ayla says, yeah, most definitely, Robbie. Sophie also says, Bianca versus Bayley was almost the main event of the pay-per-view on Saturday night. I would have just got up and left. And Luke says, hi, Trav and Talitha.
Good shit.
Hello.
Good shit.
Film
Hey,
says, I'm probably sure Billy Gunn ain't going to make an appearance. Hey, Ayla, what's up? Chris says, was watching old Bray Wyatt promos. So awesome promo, especially when he did promos against Roman. Cryptic, because maybe Bray will come full circle versus Roman.
The only guy that Roman hasn't beat that was the Universal Champion at one point.
Mm-hmm. Film says, yes, Travis, I did see the Women's Championship being next to Abby the Witch. Sophie says, and they gave a clue that the Witch is a former SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion. That narrows it down a little bit. Yeah, if it was both, then it can't be Liv. Luke says there were 2 belts behind Abigail, the Raw and SmackDown Women titles. That means it can't be Liv. Robbie says Liv is not interesting. And P. Cola's in the chat. Hey, P. Cola. He's all about the Usos and the ones because he's got his little finger up, and Ayla's doing it too. Bill says, hey, P. Cola, what up, friend? And Luke says, Robbie, a lot of wrestlers you like aren't interesting. And Sophie says it will be interesting who is under the rabbit. Whoever it is, it's a very tiny man. Film says his, and Luke's like rolling on the floor. Thank you, Ayla. And Robbie's
Wouldn't it be funny
like,
if it was Aaron Rowan?
He's a very not tiny man.
Oh, he hates to interrupt.
Why are you interrupting?
Roman gives him some slack.
Sammy.
He likes to hear what he has to say.
Robbie's like, Liv being part of a crew might elevate her. Film says, we the ones. Ayla's like, you're welcome. And Robbie says, Luke, I don't have favorite wrestlers. P. Cola says, they're hyping up the Wyatt 6, huh? I guess. Sophie says, but the witch seems to be taller than Bliss, though. And Ayla says, yes, you do, Robbie. Well, it can't be Liv either, because she ain't tall. Rafael Alves is in the chat. Hey, Rafael says, let's go, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy's running the game right now.
Robbie says, nah, I'm not a stan.
Roman's going to say, yeah, get it.
Ayla.
Get her done.
People also not sure if Eric is coming
He
back.
really is the honorary Oos. It's all yours. Go ahead. So now he has to handle Jay. Yeah, Roman just lean up against the ropes like, I want to see this unfold.
What's going to happen? happen here?
Show him the love. First of all, we're going to show you the love. Now bring the hammer, but softly.
We just have Sammy talking about stuff with Jay, future direction of the bloodline.
Very, very personal stuff.
They connected. Hasn't been very oozy.
He doesn't have very good oozy behavior.
This is silly.
Who doesn't love Jimmy?
He knows how to have a good time.
I mean, he parties.
He knows how to get drunk and get DUIs and get in a lot of trouble. He knows how to party it up. Luke says, according to most reports, the Funhouse characters weren't even current wrestlers. They were just fill-ins. It's still not confirmed the Funhouse characters are the Wyatt Six.
Right.
So he says, we don't know who Wyatt first few will be with. Raphael's like, who's your daddy, Jay?
And not to mention the pig kind of looked like a fat guy, and I don't know if there's any guys that look like that in wrestling. I can't think of any right offhand.
Right.
Unless he met somebody in the independent circuit. But he wasn't wrestling.
Be cool. Can you? Can you be cool?
Jay.
Don't look
Look
at
me. He's like, are you fucking kidding me?
No, it ain't no joke, buddy. Chris says in one of Bray promos against Roman, he said, you're my yin to my yang. You want to be the greatest, but I won't let ya. Then laughs.
Look how mad he is at Roman. What the
Oh, yay, it's Riddle. I guess because he won something, he's like, no, I'm going to interrupt people.
Obviously, Riddle, Sammy later.
I guess. I have no idea. I fucking don't like this guy. I wish he would just go away.
He's not wearing the drug paraphernalia right now.
He has a jacket on.
It's
he probably has
probably
a shirt under it. Sophie says there were reports before Saturday pay-per-view hit that the WWE is going back and forth on what's going to main event the show because the fight pit and the ladder match. Chris says Bray versus Roman could be like Batman versus Joker. Sophie says I feel like it is the beginning of the end of Sami Zayn being part of the bloodline. Jacob Hagin is in the chat. Hey, Jacob says, did WWE just start or did I miss a match? And I might be
There is no matches yet. All we've had is D-Generation X show up first and now the Bloodline. And now Riddle's out there for some reason.
Might be buying a piece of ground for fishing. That's cool, Jacob. And as Travis said, yeah, there's been no matches. Just the Bloodline came down. That's all we've had.
Yeah, Riddle don't deserve no match with Roman. Right?
Zika Keith Mercado. Keith. Idol Roman Reigns. Sophie says they are revisiting this feud and storyline, huh? Maybe not.
Would definitely like to see him go against the solo guy. Solo Sequoia.
Pickle's like, wow, Riddle and Logan Paul tag team would be unstoppable.
Right.
Vindicator
Get
says,
him, Oos.
Jay reminds me of myself with that short fuse temper.
Yeet, yeet, yeet.
Jacob says, good. I will have to rewind for DX. Chris says, people saying Brock can show up tonight. Ayla says, who's your daddy? Jay Venn. Jacob says, hey, Vin, and Vin says Riddle versus Roman in the fight pit at Mania.
Who are they going to put Brock up against?
His face is stupid.
You don't say yeet. We say yeet. Riddle better never say it again.
Sophie says Jay is the only member of the bloodline that doesn't trust Sami. True. Ravi says, is it me or is the stream really red? It's probably really red.
Lots of redness.
It's just the lights. Travis still hasn't put the other lights back up.
I need to put brighter lights up. I just got to figure it out.
Vindicator says, hey, Jacob, no Ayla.
There it is. Sami Zayn going up against Riddle.
Chris says Brock versus Wyndham Rotunda. Ayla says they don't have their regular lights on, Ravi. Vindicator says, Ayla, who is more girly, you or Delita? And Sophie says Brock is at the Barclays Center. Who will he go against? Who knows at this point?
Right, obviously it'll be somebody
Robbie's
on November 5th.
Getting roasted. Ayla's like, Delita for sure. Oh, yeah. You think that I'm girly, huh, Ayla? That's hilarious. Says the girl who wears makeup all the time. I wear none.
Is that coming up next? Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory up next. Gargano versus Theory.
Ooh.
Should be a good one.
Is it though?
For the first match of the night, be about 15-minute match maybe.
Maybe.
They've been doing 12. I think they're giving each wrestler about 12 minutes.
Yeah,
each match.
Most of them, yeah.
That's what I noticed last Monday.
Yeah.
And then the main event was like 20 or whatever.
Yeah, most of them. I mean, some of them have been a little short, like one or two have been like really short, but not very often. They say have more talking again instead. Pickle's like, nah, never been red. It was never upside last week either. It was never upside down. It was stupid. Robbie's like, cheers, Ayla, and Luke's like, Robbie, I thought I was crazy, but it does seem rather red. Well, I am wearing a red shirt. Travis is wearing orange. And yeah, the lights that we have on are not very bright.
I wonder if it's getting red from the paintings.
Maybe.
Like a little reflection.
It could.
Boom.
Oh, Lizzie, it was like Travis is the most femme out of all three. He totally is. Pickle's like upside down, yes. Vindicator says Ayla hides her makeup behind those huge glasses. Robbie says it'll go on to you with the natural beauty. Chris is like, hello, someone with a QR code in the crowd. I'm pretty sure there is no more clues. Sophie says, I'm not surprised. They are bringing Brock back. Usually for these Saudi shows, they like to fill them up with big names. Ayla says, hey, I have to wear makeup or I look like a meth-headed swamp monster. Well, that's what girls who aren't girly would do. Sorry, sweetie. You're way more girly than me.
You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Way more girly than me.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why. You guys aren't tripping. It's me playing with stuff. Oh, wait, look, we could be black and white.
Ooh, that's way cooler.
It's old-fashioned tonight.
Sophie says, maybe the QR code is going to lead to someone different. Yeah. It's probably going to lead to viruses on your phones. Do not just take pictures of random QR codes, people. Robbie's like, give me my sick bucket. It's Rhonda. Right? Ooh, and I just ate, too. Minicare's like, damn, I'm so tired of these Chucky commercials. I know it's almost Halloween time, but Chucky's story is played out. Especially since they made a series of it. How lame is that?
Lots of lameness.
Ayla's like, it's not really red. It's just really warm-toned. Yeah, could be. Robbie's like, Dia's tomboy for sure. Yeah. Ayla's like, hey, hear me out. The new Hellraiser, I actually enjoyed. I wouldn't spend money to watch it, but I liked it. All right, well, good. EWE Network in our chat. Hey, EWE, how's it going there, friend? Says hi. And Luke says, oh, that's better, LOL.
Right.
Purpur Block in the chat as well. Hey, Purpur, nice to see you tonight. Glad you can hang out with us for some Raw. Sammy says the only thing he says, Sammy is the only thing keeping
Should we go
Bloodline
purple?
promos from being a snooze fest. Purple for Halloween. Just make it that way for the whole month. Vindicator says, delete the would the macho side of you be able to body slam Liv since she only weighs 105 pounds? I don't know. I probably at one time used to be that strong, but I don't think I'm that strong anymore. I should just go back to the gym. I do have to say that packing back, how much was that? Like, because McKenna did help me with it. But it was like 120 pieces of wood at least. No, it was more than that.
About 150.
It was, yeah, 150, 160 pieces of wood because there was 55, 55, 45, 12 that we packed up. And then I had to take wood back.
And then you stole some. That was 14. So there was 2.
I didn't mean to. And then I took wood back. And that was about 40 pieces. And some of it was 4 by 4 by 8s. And some of those were, one of them or 2 of them were pretty heavy. They were still really, really wet. Because they were pressure treated ones. I loaded that all, Travis loaded it in the truck, but I had to take it out of the truck and load it onto the cart. Then I had to push the cart to the door of the wood place.
Gun show.
So that happened.
Giving everybody a show.
Took a, let's see, and then, what was it, Saturday before the show? Let's see, I went out and got Dad's truck. Then I came back, got wood. We brought it over here. We unloaded it. Well, I helped the guy load it into the truck. Then we helped, Travis and I took it out of the truck. And then we loaded up the full-size bed out of McKenna's bedroom and the frame. And then I took that out to my dad's. And because my dad couldn't help, I muscled the full-size bed all the way downstairs and into my brother's old room. So that was fun. So, there's that. So yeah, I guess you could say that I could probably muscle around some stuff. So he says, reports came out today that AEW Triple A and Impact gave offers to Bray after he got released. And Curvin Bray is in the chat. Hey, Curvin says, what was the best match for Extreme Rules and the worst? Best was, I think, the Donnybrook match. The very beginning match was really good.
I know a lot of people liked the I Quit match. That one, to me, was not exciting.
I didn't find
the
it
fight pit was
exciting,
okay. I liked Daniel Cormier.
I didn't enjoy the whole Beth stuff and what they did there and things like that. I don't know. For me, sometimes the women's matches are at the worst. I don't know. There was a few that kind of tied up for me of which was the worst.
But he wants the best.
I said what the best was.
Oh,
the
Donnybrook.
match
Yeah, I think
was the
Donnybrook.
best. For me, that was the more exciting.
I think Sheamus has done it the last 2 pay-per-views in a row.
Yeah, it was a long match, but it was entertaining. Things happened. Even if it slowed down a little bit, it wasn't so slow-paced when it slowed down that it was like, ugh, there's nothing going to happen in 5 minutes. Some of the other ones, like the I Quit one, reminded me a little bit of like Daniel Bryan matches, and I hate his matches. Can't stand him. And so, yeah. Not that I expect every wrestler to be like some brute that goes out there, throws people around, jumps off the top rope for like 20 minutes or something, but Daniel Bryan's matches are just on the lame end of lame. It looks like black and white Travis. Whatever it was you said earlier. Oh, the black and white when you were messing around with stuff. Robbie says, I really like the Sheamus and Drew fights. Ayla says, take me to the gym to Letha. Let's get beefed up.
The bad thing about it is it looks like Cross isn't that good.
Right?
I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Like, the match was fun to watch and everything, but Cross didn't put on a show. We'll just put it that way.
Drew McIntyre put on a show with that strap match. He actually did a really good job, but he's done one before. Right? He did one not too long. With who was that he did that with? Sheamus?
I don't remember them. They had a Johnny.
I know they had a strap match on there, and I thought it was Drew versus somebody else.
I don't think WWE's done one in a while, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I thought it was them. I know the AEW's done weird stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought that WWE and Drew
That was
McIntyre
Luke Harper's
was the one
last
that
match.
was in a strap match, but oh, Purper's strap match was Rollins and Cody. That's who it was, and that one was really good. Sophie says it'll be interesting how they build to both Crown Jewel and Survivor Series War Games. Sophie also says first match, Liv versus Ronda, the best match, Edge versus Finn. Vindicator says, oh, and since Bray is back, I have to ask, what's the name of the puppet on the desk with the mustache and aviators? That's Mr. McBossman.
That is
always.
Mr. McBossman.
Sophie says, what the heck D is going on and on about? Ayla's like real life Sophie. Vindicator says, I was hoping the puppet's name was Ayla Jr. Bobby's like, I fell asleep during the Finn Edge match,
AJ?
not going to watch Finn.
That guy was wide open, Luke. Your defense dropped the ball on that one.
Ooh, what a loser face. Ooh, the Raiders got a touchdown on the Chiefs.
That homeboy was wide
Sorry.
open. Anyways, the Raiders are up 6-0, going for the extra point now, but we are watching Johnny Gargano versus A-Town Down. Austin Theory.
Oh, look, another stupid show. I mean, a stupid match.
Johnny will slow it down for you.
Yay! So excited! So I was like, what was the second best match and worst match from Extreme Rules?
Donnybrook was the best. I didn't mind the Liv Morgan and Ronda match myself.
Is it because Liv lost?
Yes, absolutely. That puts it at the top
It's
for
a
me.
different way to look at it.
Well, it just brings relevance back to the title. And I don't like when they roadblock a championship like that. They did it with Big E when Big E was champion. Mm-hmm. It just roadblocked it.
Yeah.
And so I don't like that. It kind of holds the title hostage. And so I like storytelling more. Yeah. But obviously the strap match would have been... that's the one I was most looking forward to. It underwhelmed a little bit, but still. I mean, it just as a childhood thing, it was number 1 or 2 for me.
Right. Ayla says, no one can even pronounce my name. You'll never see my name in a TV or movie spelled like mine, at least not anytime soon, Ayla. With just one A is the proper spelling. Well, Ayla, you and me both. Oh, wait, you'll never, ever see mine. Vindicator says, spaghetti time.
You know, and your mom, Ayla, she doesn't spell anybody's name correctly. She did that with Chelsea's, too, so Chelsea's is spelled wrong also.
Or spelled very different.
Right.
I think the only one that's got a normal name is Jacob. She didn't spell that one weird.
Right.
It's normal spelling from the Bible and everything else.
Yeah, and I don't know where that name came from.
Supposedly it came from that show. Jacob from the from Dawn Till Dusk.
Oh, that's right, it was.
Vindicator says, spaghetti time. I have a theory that Austin will lose. Robbie says, just eat more LOL to beef up. That's not how it works, Robbie. Sophie says, we don't know how long it took to set up Bray's return and to get all those people in those costumes. Purpur says, oh yeah, he already answered that one. Thank you. Ayla says, if I eat more, I'll just get fatter, not buff. Robbie's like, Ayla, your name isn't a real name. Ayla. Ayla is a real name. It's just from a book, a character in a book. Robert Warney is in the chat. Hey, Robert, good to see you tonight. Hope you're having a good evening.
Did they ever turn that into a movie? Isn't there a movie?
Planet of the Cave Bears?
Yeah.
Yes. I think they did one movie of it.
I like those kind of movies.
Sophie says CM Punk has an office role in AEW. Tony Khan confirmed. Ayla says it's not. Ayla with just one A is though. Ayla says Robbie isn't a real name either. Looks like keep talking smack with 3.5 quarters left.
Oh, I'm not talking smack. I don't have a horse in this race. That was just a blown coverage is all that was.
Let's see. Purpur says if Johnny wins again, I boycott Raw. Johnny Spaghetti needs to fucking
I don't know.
on spaghetti.
I mean, obviously Theory should win this one. And they did have Johnny lose last week, and they could do something with Otis and what's his name again? Chad Gable. Mm-hmm. The Alpha Academy.
Have him come out.
To interfere to lose again. Mm-hmm. Or to win. He could win through disqualification that way also. But.
Robbie says, oh, Ayla, it's so real, you know it. Ayla's like, ew, you're so weird. Sophie says, I'm disappointed that Karrion versus Drew didn't deliver versus people hoped. As people hoped. Robbie says, Sophie Drew match was great. Vindicator says, Ronda has never been great at storytelling. LOL. And Ayla says, you remind me of those guys that wear trench coats and flash people on the subway. Robbie. Robert says, hey, who y'all going for, Chiefs or Raiders? I don't really care.
I mean, obviously the Raiders are in a new city. It's weird. I liked the Los Angeles Raiders when I was a kid. Then they went back to Oakland, kind of lost interest in them, and now they're in Las Vegas. And yes, the city matters. Just like if I was a Rams fan, I wouldn't still be a Rams fan because they're not the St. Louis Rams anymore. They're the Los Angeles Rams. I'm very, very where are you from more than what's your team name. But anyways, yeah, I don't have a horse in this race. I do want to see how the Chiefs play out because I keep hearing that their offense is just not as good as it used to be without Hill. They don't have that threat other than Clancy or whatever. Isn't that his name? Travis Clancy or Classy? I'm close. I was going to draft him first overall in your draft, but we took somebody else.
I didn't know. Somebody else took him, didn't they?
Yeah, he did go, but not before us. I think that was in the second round. Or at least, on the way back down.
Right.
Because it was a snake.
Is back on,
yes.
by the way.
Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. A-Town down.
Robbie says, you know all about flashing, don't you, Ayla? Sophie says, I feel like Theory will be the third or fourth time to cash in unsuccessfully. It says, actually, Ayla is a Star Wars character, and Ayla is from the books and movie. Oh, the 1A. Ayla says, I watch the news, Robbie.
Is that it?
So, you're saying that your name didn't come from the Clan of the Cave Bears? She didn't get the character name from there and then just make it different? Sophie says, with the Mets out of the postseason, the playoffs have teams I really don't care for. Robbie says, good for you, Ayla. You're informed on American news. Sophie says, do you guys watch basketball or hockey as well?
No. I used to. And I've been playing some basketball, the 2K stuff, the video game basketball. So I'm trying to learn some names of the newer players. Like Gaines or whatever his name is. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Ayla says, obviously no one cares about British news, WTF. It looks like Kelsey.
Yeah. Kelsey. It's Travis. I was close. Kelsey, Clancy, whatever.
Robert says, yeah, you're right. It's not the same with the Raiders. I feel you. Sophie says, I wonder what the main event of Raw tonight is going to be.
DX. No, I don't know. That'll probably close down second hour.
Robbie says, yeah, obviously not Ayla. And Luke says, the Chiefs have the fourth best offense through 4 weeks without Hill.
Right.
Ew, the fourth best? Oh, if you're not first, you're last. Remember that, Luke. Sorry.
Well, with Andy Reid, it's hard not to have a top offense, especially a passing offense.
I just like putting that with everything sports related.
Right.
Because it's so funny.
Ricky Bobby.
Because it doesn't matter if you be your second, third, fourth, fifth, right? Those are just participation trophies. If you're not first, you're last.
And plus, it only really matters in the Super Bowl anyway.
Sophie says, out of all the major sports out there, which is the most boring to watch?
Out of the major sports?
Golf.
And we're talking about the 4 major sports is what I would have said.
Oh!
I would rather watch golf than
basketball.
Soccer.
Fucking hate basketball.
No, basketball's up and down, and it can get exciting. And if there's exciting players, it's kind of fun. Back in the 80s, it was awesome.
I bet it was when the actual, fans actually got to be involved. Now everybody's so offended, and their panties all up in a bunch out on their fucking thing that they don't know what to do with themselves. Yeah, you called me a name, I'm going to go cry in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know. Out of the 4 major sports, the most boring, if you don't know what you're doing, is baseball. If you don't know what you're looking for, it doesn't make any sense.
There it is. Of course. The Barfo.
8:49 on that one.
Ayla says another knife fight in London today and other teeth. What are those? Pickle is like, do you have an NBA team or are you a fair weather fan, Travis?
We have a team right down the road that I cheer for. That's my basketball team, which is the Jazz.
Ayla says another news. Teeth. What are those? Oh, looks like I hate it here. LOL. Robbie It's like, seems accurate, Ayla. Sophie says, I try watching football, hockey, and basketball. Don't get the big deal about them. Ayla's like, yeah, oh my god, golf barf. Hassan Terrell in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. Hello.
I suggest if you want to start watching a sport and you're like, I don't know anything about it, start playing a video game. Literally, it'll teach you everything you need to know. It'll teach you the players' names, and it's just awesome. And make sure you play like a full season of whatever sport it is, and you will catch up and have a pretty good idea on who everybody is. Oh, Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio up next. But then you learn how to play. Like baseball, if you're playing it on a video game, you kind of learn what you're supposed to be doing. Balls and strikes, where in the zone you're trying to throw the ball and what the catcher's doing, and pitch framing and scoring. 6-4-3 double play, 4-6-3.
I was wondering how many times he would say balls.
Balls and strike. Fly ball, foul ball,
Sophie says,
base on ball.
I think it is a tie between hockey and football. It's the most boring sport to watch. In my opinion, in films like, way to go, Johnny. I mean, yay. Sophie's like, oh, there, I forgot. Golf is a sport followed by soccer. Hassan says, same to you. Happy Columbus Day. Yay.
Yes, thank you for saying that. I forgot.
Purr says, Johnny wins clean. No, so trash this booking.
Happy Columbus Day.
Films like, Pickle, I got a question for you. I'm not reading it. Ravi says, Gargano going in tonight. And Sophie says, I have MLB 22, the show for the PS5. And Ayla says, I used to go to my great-grandparents' house, and for hours golf was on. I was like 6 to 10 years old watching golf for hours.
She was 60-10?
For just being alive. Yes, she was 60-10. Film says, P.S. Happy Columbus Day. And Robbie says, D, don't hate the B-Tech wrestlers. Pico's like, F a Columbus Day. And Ayla's like, yep, Fat Lisa. And Sophie says, I'd rather watch the news for 24 hours than watching 24 hours of golf.
No. Come on, golf's actually exciting. Especially once you try to play it yourself and then you realize how athletic those people really are. Because athleticism, to me, is being able to repeat a movement over and over. That's what athleticism is. So whatever you do as an athlete, if you can repeat the same thing over and over, you're going to be the best in the world. It doesn't matter if it's golf, football, baseball. So that's what athleticism is to me.
That's true.
Just repeat the same thing over and over. I don't even care if you throw like this. If you throw like that and the ball goes to the same spot every single time, they will just adjust you on the pitching mound and you can be a pitcher. Like, that's how easy it is, right? If you swing a bat like this, they'll give you a bat, and then you just manipulate it to where it's over the plate, and then you hit home runs like Aaron Judge, Barry Bonds.
There you go.
Sammy Sosa. And Mark McGuire. Might as well throw that one out there.
Oh, Piccolo. Yeah, it's Indigenous People Day, y'all. To each their own. Happy Columbus Day.
Celebrate what you want.
Film says, whoa. I was like, exciting. Yeah, coming from someone who watches Christmas in July. Are you talking about Travis?
I would easily watch Christmas. I would watch Elf any day of the year.
Shopping. Yes. He's a weirdo.
By the way, Christmas shows will be starting pretty soon, so.
Not until after. Ooh, what movies are we watching for?
I want to watch that Herbie Halloween for sure.
Herbie Halloween.
Yeah, it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, we fucking missed it.
Chiefs miss.
Ew, that guy was. Their mascot was not happy. All right, let's see. Robbie's like, D knows about repeating a movement over and over again.
Because she's an athlete.
Robbie, are you okay? Did you forget your meds? Robbie's like, do you, Ayla? And Ayla's like, yes. Sophie says, what's the worst thing that could happen if the networks cancel the news? A bunch of old people wouldn't be happy.
Nobody'd be informed. I mean, you have to have the news. I just wish that they wouldn't just put
have
on
an
all the...
that they would just report the news?
And not have a negative aspect to it.
Not have an opinion at all. Doesn't matter. Just report what's happening. That's it.
Right.
No opinions. You have no opinions, as you shouldn't have an opinion about it. You're reporting. That's why you're called a fucking reporter, not an opinion person. You're not writing an opinion column. You're a reporter of the news. Anyways, we got Rey Mysterio coming out. Who's he going to have a fight with?
Chad Gable.
He's going to fight Chad?
Chad Gable coming out right next.
Nice.
Kevin Patrick.
Trey Schwill is in the chat. Hey, Trey. Says my Cowboys win. Did they win?
Sorry,
they did win.
I was trying to listen to the drama. Who won?
Oh, he said my Cowboys win. They did win, didn't they?
Yeah, the Cowboys won yesterday. They're pretty good. I think they're 4-1 or 3-1 or something. They're doing really good this year.
It looks like Halloween for life. It looks like that's not even a real kicker. Oh, excuses, Luke.
Yeah.
Excuses. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Is it the Chiefs that lost their kicker? I knew somebody had got her a kicker, and then they said something. But I figured they'd just replace him with a kicker, though. There's got to be a kicker that's the 25th best kicker in football.
Did he get a calf cramp?
Or not 25th, sorry. 33rd. I don't know why.
25th? Robbie says, did he say something about cat food?
No, his name is Latufu. He's the one that plays the young Rock. He looks like Tiger Woods.
Right? I'm like, they don't look like the Rock. What the fuck? Anybody can do the people's eyebrow. Oh, wait, no, nobody can do it. Not everybody can do the people's eyebrow. Oh.
Why are you saying shoosh in Irish? You know, Vince would have never had this guy on the up here because he didn't like the accents. Kevin.
Yeah,
All right, starting it out.
These days is mainly just fake and drama starting crap. Who cares anymore? Biased media is the worst media. Robbie says Ray looking shorter these days.
Yeah, I mean, when he's going up against Chad Gable and he's shorter than Chad Gable, then there's something definitely going on.
He goes like Kevin Patrick is as exciting as arranging my sock drawer. Is that something you like to do on a regular basis? Arrange your sock drawer?
I think that's what I need to
by
do.
size and color?
I just buy all the same socks.
Phil says people who's going to win. And Luke says, yeah, our kicker, who was the second best, had a high ankle sprain. Oh my God, he got a sprain? Just walk it off. What a baby.
They need Chad Ochocinco. He's he kicked a
face.
field goal once, or an extra point. I think it was an extra point.
A high ankle sprain. Walk that shit off. What the hell?
Do you know what a sprain is?
Yeah, it's something you just walk off. Robbie says...
It is something you start walking on immediately, but still, it takes time to heal from it. Something you walk off. I know exactly what a high ankle sprain is. Science.
D got the athleticism. I sure do, Robbie. D, don't tell me you iron your panties.
I don't think she's ever touched an iron in her life.
Dude, are you okay?
Have you ever ironed anything?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
What did you iron?
Like
a sport jacket?
My mom used to make clothing, and I've actually ironed clothes, like for pleats and
Judgment Day
pants and stuff like that to make sure. When my mom had a sewing room, we had an actual ironing board up, and she had an iron at all times there, and I could just go in there with my nice slacks, and I could iron the creases in them so they look really nice. But since that's not there anymore, it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, so when she would make clothes, what you'd want to do is you have the seams where you sew it together, and then you'd want to split the seams apart so that it was really flat and nice. So I'd help my mom by splitting those apart and then ironing down those and stuff, and shirts and things like that. Yeah.
My grandma used to iron every single article of clothing I had except for like my underwear and my socks.
She'd iron your jeans?
Jeans got ironed.
Yeah.
After she got them out of the wash.
They used to do a lot of that
and
stuff.
any of my shirts, t-shirts even, she'd iron them.
Mm-hmm.
So all my clothes were always like perfect.
Yep.
She stopped doing that in like 2006-ish. And then that's when she couldn't kind of hold the iron much anymore.
Right.
Because when my grandpa died, 2005, because he died in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
I needed my white shirt ironed, and I was asking my grandma, I was like, well, can you at least show me how to do it? And she's like, and then my cousin Trent was down, and his wife is domesticated, and she's like, oh, I can do it. And so she took it, and perfect.
Yep.
That was the last time I had anything ironed in my life.
Yep.
It's 2005. January of 2005.
It's just a matter
no,
of
it'd have been
knowing
later.
how the pleats of the shirt are and how they're supposed to lay.
Mm-hmm.
And once you know that, it's easy to iron
Right.
them. You just have to know how the shirt's put together, and then you're good.
Yeah, and it had this thing in the back where it kind of swooped out. So it had a pleat down the middle of the back. Does that make sense? Where it kind of faded from a tight
Yeah,
to
it's a
soft.
pleat. So there's a pleat in
Yeah.
the back where it comes together,
Yeah.
and it pleats down. And so you have to tuck the pleat and then tuck the shirt into the pleat itself and then iron it.
And then hit it, and then
and
hit
you have
over
to do it on the inside and on the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know how to do it. Do I do it? No. Do I know how to do it? Yes. Would it probably take me a couple times to get it down better because I haven't practiced at it for years? Probably.
Right.
But I kind of think it's like riding a bike, right? That kind of shit just comes back to you. It's like all the things my mom taught me about sewing clothes, right? I mean, I haven't ever done it, but I helped her so much that I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to get into it, I would have at least a basic knowledge, so I could probably do it. Ayla says, my grandma gave herself a nervous breakdown watching the news. I had to basically yell at her to stop watching it constantly, worrying herself sick. Yeah, Travis yells at her all the time for it.
It's silliness. Like,
Looks-
quit watching. She'd call me up, and Trump's taking away everything. Just everything. He's taking away your freedom, too. And your checks, and your... He's just taking away everything. I'm like, what are you watching?
Right?
Now it's Biden. Biden's doing all the, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, you're 70. Pump the
Right.
brakes.
Yeah.
No.
It looks like our safety, Justin Reed, made all our field goals in week 2. LOL. Pickle says, I normally have fancy socks on one side and then my work socks in the middle and the short socks on the other end. That sounds about right.
Nice.
So you are bored enough to rearrange your sock drawer. Got it. Ayla says, rub dirt on that ankle, bud. Grow up. Right? Film's like, Pickle, so how was your day? Come on, Rhea, take off your shirt. Oh, God, Film, no. Nobody wants her to take off her shirt. That's weird, dude. Robbie's like, all I do with the tough love is physio. Okay, there are some physio things that you can do tough love with, yes. It looks like Robbie's mom used to iron his panties, so he's just being nostalgic. Sounds about right. Robbie's like, yeah, Ayla, it kept my bits warm. Not surprising. Looks like maybe the Raiders, if they win, will behave like adults. Unrelated year, but drama slapped them for it. But karma slapped them for it.
Yeah, the Raiders don't understand how to play football.
Oh,
They've always-
unlike last year.
Yeah, they've always had shitty attitudes on those teams. Always.
Dude, they're thugs.
Al
They're thugs. What do
Al
you
Davis,
want?
I swear to God, he just used to draft players with
So they'd be
attitudes.
assholes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that goes back all the way to
Oh.
Golick,
Way, way back. Like, they are always been like that. From what I even remember as a kid in, like, the 80s.
Jay Schrader's teams. Bo Jackson was very
You would hear
arrogant.
stuff about him from, like, earlier than that when we were, like, in the 90s, when we were in kids in school. You would hear how, like, horrible attitude the Raiders had 20
Right.
years before.
Yeah, they were in LA for a while, and when they were in LA, it was the gang team. Mm-hmm. Like all the gangs were
Which
wearing
is
the
so
Raiders
funny,
gear.
right? Because Oakland is more
Right,
more
but
like that way than LA. Like on the bad, you never want to find yourself in Oakland,
Right.
like ever. I don't know how many times I heard that from a family who was from California would say, "Don't go there." Which is funny to me.
Chad flips over Ray. Hurricane Rana. 619.
Oh,
He
we
landed
got
it. Didn't kick him in the throat, though. Whoa. Ray, very athletic at 47. And he won.
Wow, he won already.
Ray wins.
Damn.
733 on that one.
It was like, did she iron them while you were wearing them?
No, that's impossible.
I think she was talking to Ravi, but...
Oh.
Sophie's like, I have to pause the TV since my dog is taking her sweet time chasing after something. Ravi's like, oh, yeah, Ayla. And Neil's like, wow. Pico's like, welcome to laundry room, Gab. It was like I used to use an iron on my hair in between towels, right? Before you got a straightener. Phil's like, people, I know I see things differently, but I celebrate else. Sophie says, I never used an iron in my life. Ayla says, I used to sew all the time, but I don't have a sewing machine anymore. And Robbie says, well, Ayla with some DIY fashion tips not to follow. But do you not have one anymore? Or is it just in storage? Ayla says, people used to do it all the time. I'm not the first. No. Francisco is in the chat.
Hey, Francisco.
Sophie says, my aunt's house does have electricity and her neighbor board is going to have a meeting to figure out who is staying and who isn't. Okay, that's weird.
Was that a pass interference call? Did they call that pass interference?
Oh,
shit!
His son slapped
Ray
him.
just got smacked upside the head.
Ravi says, Ayla following a YouTube video. Sophie says, my aunt doesn't even know if her washer and dryer are still working since it's a room that got hit by the hurricane the most. And Luke says they beat the Chiefs once in 2020 and did victory laps around the Chiefs.
So
stadium for
Ray's
30
attacking
minutes
everybody
while
else in the Judgment Day. Oh! He used Balor as a weapon against
for
Ray.
him.
Or against his son, Dominic.
Oh.
619 coming up.
Maybe. Should be.
Is this going to be one of those storylines where it ends up being like Ray versus Dom, and then they just keep picking on Ray over and over and over, and then Dominic turns back a good guy, and then they both walk away into the sunset. We never see him again, I hope. That's my call.
The whole Seth Rollins eye thing.
Uh-oh. Pass interference in the end zone.
Luke says they beat the Chiefs once in 2020 and did victory laps around the Chiefs stadium for 30 minutes while shouting. Then in the first of 3 games against the Raiders last year, the Raiders came out and disrespected the Chiefs logo. The Raiders lost both games 49-7 and 47-3. Robbie's like, Chad going in. Film's like, Piccolo, are you still there? Sophie says, I wonder how long this Raw commentary team is going to last until they decide to change it again.
I think they'll change it rather soon. It just depends on if they get a top announcer. I think they might be trying to get that Ranello again. Mario Ranello.
Really?
I think so. I've heard some whispers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I hope
God.
he
Did you
says
see
no.
Ray's neck?
Ouch.
He's fine, obviously, but holy shit.
Miguel Angel Aguilar Ordonez is in the chat. Hey,
Miguel.
Says, muy buenas noches.
Good to see you in here. Thanks.
Good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. Robbie says, Bray, cheap win. It was like, yeah, you need long enough hair. Lay on your back, pull your hair up on towels above your head, and put another towel down. Have a friend iron your hair. So he says, do you think they're going to hold Ray versus his son till Mania, or do you think they're going to do that before Mania?
Yeah. Mania's like 6-7 months away.
Oh my God, I hope they
There's
wait until
no
then.
way they're going to
I
hold
want them
that
to
off.
just hold off for a year. I think they should just pull this out of their buttholes.
I think that match is going to happen in Saudi Arabia, and at the latest will be at the Survivor Series. At least for the first match.
Right. It was like, no, I don't have one. I had my friend Caitlin's for years, and she wanted it back, so I gave it to her before I moved out of Grandma's. Film says, Piccolo, Rare Becky. Ayla says, I had one April gave me, but it never worked right. Luna says, Dom swearing in Spanish. Pendejo. The baby is in the chat. Hey, the baby says
The
hello.
baby.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you in here.
Film's like, okay, Piccolo guesses the guess. Sophie says the Raw announce team, they can never find the right combo. They have been running into that problem for years. Actually, they had a 3-man team that worked really well for quite a long time.
The second they got
People
rid of
moved on.
Bradshaw, it's like, eh. And I don't know if Bradshaw would want to do it full time anymore anyways, but Bradshaw was the best. Like, he's my favorite
Right.
over the last 20 years.
Right.
Before that, there obviously had JR and others. Vince McMahon was probably my favorite from childhood. I didn't even know he was the owner of the company, but Vince McMahon used to do it, and he did it with Randy Savage for a while. He also did it with Jesse Ventura, and Jesse and Gorilla Monsoon are my childhood. I remember that more than anything else out of the announced teams.
Oh, yeah.
Gorilla Monsoon was the shit. You should watch some old ones and you'd be like, oh, now I see why. He was a very good wrestler in his day. I'm pretty sure he wrestled Muhammad Ali.
Oh, like one of their celebrity things that they do.
Yeah, in the 70s, Gorilla Monsoon. He was so big. And you don't realize how big he was because he was an announcer, but he was like 6'9" or something. 300 plus. They call him Gorilla Monsoon for a reason. He was a gorilla.
Right? That's funny.
But when he was an announcer, you didn't think of him as they just called him Gorilla, but you didn't know why. They never had him standing up next to anybody else. They always had him sitting at a table with a suit on, and he was old. But he was a big dude.
That's crazy. But yeah.
Look it up. See if Gorilla Monsoon wrestled Muhammad Ali. I'm pretty sure he did.
God bless you is in the chat says, sis, I couldn't agree. Vusi Muzi is in the chat, says South Africa is watching.
Hey,
And
well,
then
thanks for
ZA,
joining us.
I'm not sure what ZA means, but thank you very much for being in here. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good morning.
Hey, subscribe. Yeah, and I don't know what time it is there, but it's probably pretty early.
Yes. Sophie says Becky Lynch is coming back soon. Ayla says is South Africa always watching. Sophie says father versus son. I can see them finding ways to hold off till Mania. And our porn site's in here. Hello. Lots of hearts and kisses. Chris says there it is. Same stupid WWE formula for the Hills attack. Teabag.
Smack.
That's just not as bad as I thought it was, I guess. It seemed worse. Just kidding.
Teabagging?
No, when he slapped him.
Oh, yeah.
Kanada is in the chat. Says, hi, good morning. I am for India.
Hey, good to see you in here. Thank you for joining us.
Yes,
and
thank
good
you.
morning.
And good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We're watching some Monday Night Raw. We're doing some stuff to catch up with what happened at the pay-per-view.
And what just happened.
And what just happened.
So Ray just got beat up by his son and the Judgment Day.
He is crying.
He's crying. We call that the old Liv Morgan right there.
Sophie says, I wonder when Ray will begin to hit his son after Dom keeps beating him up. And Kanada says, I'm for India. Yes.
Well, yes.
You are for India. Are they in a soccer match or something? Chris says, that's what they do. I'm serious. They attack the good guys, then they teabag them and stand on top of them.
Sounds like a frat party.
Pico's like, what's with all these riffraffs? Wish we built that wall. Oh, Picola. What are you having for dinner tonight?
Lots of accents in this group. Just saying. They run Monday Night Raw.
Do they? Sophie says Dom and Rhea versus Ray and someone for Saudi, maybe.
No, if Rhea's going to do anything, obviously it's Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do that at Saudi Arabia or if they're going to wait on that one until Survivor Series. Because, I mean, she hit her with a concerto.
Right. She's probably dead, though.
He did. He made Edge quit.
Pico says fish and fried shrimp. Oh, excuse me. Nice.
When you
I
come
made
at Finn, you better not
meatballs
miss.
for my dinner. It was pretty good. Sophie says John Moxley signed with AEW for 5 years and his wife might join him. Oh, cool.
Oh, make us not want to watch it at all.
I can't wait to see Renee over there. Gosh darn it.
Ugh. I guess if she's a backstage person, it's fine.
Did she stop doing her podcast or whatever the hell it was that she did?
I don't know what she's doing. As long as she's not in WWE, I'm cool.
Chris says Bray come out and take over Judgment Day or shut him up.
Yeah, I don't want to see him take it over.
The Minion Boy is in the chat. Hey,
Minion
says,
Boy.
Are you ready?
Are we ready? We're always ready for D-Generation X. Yes.
I don't even know them.
Edge did quit too. Like a diaper baby.
Oh, Lord, diaper babies. They picked on his wife. Oh.
Hey. Too legit to quit.
Sophie says, do you think Bray would have come back to the WWE if Vince was still around?
No, Vince didn't like him.
Yeah, no. They butted heads quite a bit.
Well, Vince didn't think he could be a main event guy. He didn't, because he was overweight.
Yeah,
It all came down to his weight.
Yeah.
Well, he needs to keep it under control. There is a
fine line. Yes, there is. Like, you don't want to be, don't want to end up being a Keith Lee. Anil is in the chat. Hey, Anil.
Hey, Anil.
Wants me to call your name? I did. There you go. Hello! Thanks for joining us tonight. We're watching some
We
Raw.
the ones. Make sure you're subscribing. It's good to see you in here.
Chris says,
participate.
Chris says, or single-handedly attack them, like when Fiend destroyed Retribution. Film's talking about armpits already, and Pico's like, I'm not ready. It's cold, and you need a jacket.
They better not put the Fiend on SmackDown. They already have too much talent over there, and
Yes.
Raw is suffering.
Yes. Neil says, when you coming in WWE?
Well, we are watching
when is WWE going to India? I don't know. I know that Paul, or as you guys call him, Triple H, had tried to do something of that nature with the spectacle.
The spectacle. The spectacle.
The spectacle, that.
By the way, that was awesome. I loved that. It was fun to do.
It did work out, but they never have done another one, which is really weird. But Sophie says, I wonder if Billy Gunn will make some sort of appearance to celebrate 25 years of DX.
You and me both. That's what I was saying. I wonder if he's going to be on the big screen. I doubt he'll be there personally, but...
Right? Robbie says Vince is washed. What does he know? Robbie's like, LOL, Keith Lee. Chris like, Finn Balor think he's Connor. Walter says, good Raw tonight. Welcome, Walter. Glad you can make it. Sophie says, Raw and SmackDown rosters are kind of almost balanced out. Walter says, DX on Raw, yes. Chris says, LOL, why does Finn Balor thinks he's a part of the Street Profits? I don't know. I thought he was part of his own group, but whatever. Robbie's like, well, that rhymes with something. Doesn't? What does? Yes, it does. No. Pickle's like, hey, Walter. And Sophie's like, it'll be funny to see how they make fun of Billy Gunn in AEW. Robbie says, bring back Zach Gowen. Gowen?
I have no idea who that is.
Does anybody know who that is? Who's Zach?
Maybe it's an announcer or something.
And Sophie, why would they make fun of Billy Gunn in AEW?
He's part of them.
Do you think they're really going to just make fun of him because he's in AEW? I doubt it. Walter says, glad Bray Wyatt Extreme Rules. Great pay-per-view. And Neil says, when you coming WWE in India, please reply me. I don't know when they're coming to WWE's coming to India. The Minion says, who do you think will beat Roman? Well, hopefully Cody Rhodes will come back and beat him.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Cody.
At some point, he's got to come back from his injury.
And it might just be Roman himself. He might just quit and walk away and do other stuff. Which should be a great storyline.
Right.
Just say, hey, I'm going to go make movies. See ya. Dropping my belts.
Right.
So I never lose them.
Walter says, okay, at 9:30, I'm going to be here at 8 p.m. Wednesday for AEW. I'm still here in chat for now. Chris says, Zach Gowen was a prosthetic leg wrestler from Ruthless Aggression era, and Brock Lesnar destroyed him.
That's pretty funny.
He sounds great. Sophie says they made fun of AEW with Billy Gunn before when they got inducted into the Hall of Fame a few years ago. Film says long sleeves suck, long sleeves suck. Well, it is what it is. Walter says Dominic turned heel on his dad. He did. He slapped him and hit him a couple times earlier. Robbie says Roman doing nothing for the belt. Belts. Oh my god, dude. Why are you still talking? Oh my lord.
They give this guy a microphone.
Oh my god.
Let's take that out.
Rhea needs to take something off herself and shove it in his mouth so he stops talking.
You're talking about clothing, right?
Yes. Robbie says Roman doing nothing for the belt. And P. Cole says Triple H actually made a joke on AEW during the Hall of Fame induction while Billy Gunn was just hired. Sophie says Raw does need a main championship since the main event scene doesn't have anything to fight over except for the U.S. Championship. People, all I have to say about Triple H making jokes about other people is he should watch what he says because he's the one that has the heart condition and can die at any moment.
Yeah, did you notice how little he was today at the beginning of the show? He has lost all of his muscle.
And what is Billy Gunn doing? He looks really healthy. I mean, I don't care if he's taking steroids or what he's doing, but at least he looks healthy for a 60-year-old man.
Oh! AJ Styles showing up.
Triple H should probably keep his mouth shut about things. AJ doesn't want to hear him talk anymore. Thank you. Neither do I. So if he says Raw does need a main championship since the main event scene doesn't have anything to fight over except for the U.S. Championship. Chris says, LOL, they are just circle jerking over Rhea. Ew, gross, dude. Robbie's like, condom on just for you, Deep. Nope, all you, Robbie. You're his bestie. Vindicator says, delete though. What's more torturous? Daniel McDanielson match or Dominic on the mic?
Probably Daniel match because it lasts longer.
Let me see. One, I can close my ears, and the other one, I can close my eyes, so...
Yeah, but how long can you keep your eyes closed? That's 30 minutes.
I can take a nap.
Power nap.
Phil says no more Leslie. Walter says Edge and AJ and Ray versus Finn and Dominic and partner. Make that match.
The Raiders aren't going for it. It's 4th and 1. If you can't get 1 yard, you don't deserve to win.
No.
Oh, that's bad.
We're like, let's see if we can make this,
In my day, it was Sebastian Janikowski.
They're going to try to make a field goal.
They got a new kicker now. Number 2. His name's Daniel something. Daniel C.
They don't have that old guy anymore?
Sebastian Janikowski.
Damn,
No.
that guy was so good.
Well, he's one of the best ever. He's
He
probably
could,
a Hall of Famer.
totally kick a field goal from, the middle of the field.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Maybe this guy is almost as good?
He's pretty good.
Damn! Look at that shit!
The Raiders are 1-3. Obviously, this game's far from over. The Chiefs can put up 17 points
Of
in
course they can,
3
but
minutes.
wow, that was pretty good. Good for him.
Are you joining me?
Oh, please no. Oh, for God's sake, so gross. What?
Obviously, it's too easy.
Robbie's like, LOL, Triple H, LOL, finished. Robbie's like, you tell him, D. Sophie's like, we're seeing them setting up Survivor Series matches already. Film says, I love you, Rhea, but please that. And Robbie says, Rhea would be worth a poke. Sophie says, Rhea versus Beth, I can see happen at Mania if they can't do it.
Oh, AJ! I wasn't talking about you.
Hey,
Anderson and Gallo!
Hey, it's the Good Brothers. There you go, guys. There's some people you all wanted to see come back into WWE. I wonder how that's working out in the back with old Paulie Hammony.
Yeah, he's the one that, obviously Triple H tell him to go to hell.
Probably told him to mind his own beeswax, keep his mouth shut, and just stay where you're supposed to. But doesn't Paul Heyman do creative stuff?
I don't know if he's doing it now or not.
Why is Rhea, blubbering in his ear?
I don't know. Uh-oh, we got a 6-man tag going on. Rhea hurried and got out of the ring. She wanted none of that.
I think she should stay in there if she wants to be a man. Strange.
So the Judgment Day has 3 storylines going?
I guess.
AJ Styles, Dominic and Ray, and then Edge and Finn.
Yeah.
And the Edge storyline isn't over. You can't concerto his wife and be like, okay, now let's move
we're
on.
done. We're moving on now.
So this could definitely be a Survivor Series type match coming up. with all these people involved.
Right?
Judgment Day would need some more people, though.
People says, it's the same ribbing just like Jericho or Kingston say on air on Wednesdays. Walter says, Bayley again is on AEW, just X-Pac and Triple H, Road Dogg, and Shawn Michaels. Minion says, what do you think will Randy face first when he makes his return? If
Let's just hope he gets back.
His return.
I'm just hoping he gets back, and I'm hoping it's in time for the Royal Rumble. And if he does that, then they can start some sort of a feud there at the Rumble. Yeah. But I would assume it's going to be with Riddle.
And he had back surgery, so that's a whole different can of worms, right?
Put Randy with Riddle at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. It just works. And then have Randy beat Riddle.
Film says AJ Styles is joining him. Nope.
No, he turned on him.
He turned on him and brought
He said, I wasn't talking to you. Because Finn thought he was talking to him. But no, it's the Clique. They're back together.
Robbie says, boss-eyed? That's cross-eyed, my friend. Cross-eyed Shawn Michaels. You know, right? Good isn't good when you need football alongside it. Dude, it's Monday night football, and it's just something we do when football's on. Walter says, Bullet Club. Whoa. Sophie says they are back, and Robbie says AJ going in, and Phil's like, holy shit, they're back. Vindicator's like, wow, great to see Good Brothers come and even the odds. Are they going to be called the Good Brothers or just Anderson and Gallows?
I'm sure they'll just be their names. They'll be who they are. Hey, Byron Saxton in the back. He didn't get sacked.
Pico's like, LOL. Not really. Robbie's like, I told you they would be back. And Pico's like, never been a Good Bros fan. I don't really have anything to in the race about
Damage
this.
Control in the back with Byron.
Byron Saxton back there yakking with him.
Because they wanted to introduce some more NXT talent.
Oh, she was at rock bottom. Oh, my fucking stupid.
That linebacker was pretty damn quick.
Sophie says, it's funny, didn't the Good Brothers say they will never come back to the WWE?
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I bet you we see Maria Kanellis come back, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't come back.
Film says Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are back. Luke says Heyman is on creative, but WWE now has a creative director. So who knows who is actually being creative? None of them. Robbie's like, hello, coming from you.
It's a former Disney exec.
Wow, the Good Brothers return in the same building they debuted in. I think, though, films like WWE, son of a gun. You got those guys back. Chris says the Good Brothers, baby. And Luna says, thank you, Hunter. A.K.A. Triple H, not Sleepy Biden's son.
Hey, I'm just looking forward to the tag team division. It's growing. It looks like it's getting stronger. Just don't leave the Street Profits out. That's all I'm saying. And I haven't seen them.
Well, what's his face? Ford has an injury.
Oh, that's true.
So that might be the reason why we're not seeing a lot of him. But it looks like the Viking Raiders are going to maybe be back. With a woman.
Yeah, with Sarah would be my guess.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, too.
Damn, the Raiders are all over him.
Ouch. Something's happening on that offensive line, and Mahomes is not being a very good
It's still the first half, but...
I know it is, but still, like, that shit shouldn't be happening. Look at that
power. The bull rush just said, nope. Your right guard's not, or tackle's not stopping
I will eat you. And not in a good way.
I mean, he played in the 70s or something.
Film's like jumping up and down with excitement about him, and Luke's like, and if AJ and the Good Brothers are going after Judgment Day, then hopefully Bray will be involved elsewhere, please.
Oh, yeah. They need to keep those groups apart.
Walter said Good Brothers are Raw, WWE, not Impact. Yeah, but they're not called the Good Brothers, guys. They're just called Anderson and Gallows. They dropped the Good Brothers. They're not them, okay?
That we know of.
They're back to being Anderson and Gallows. It looks like that's how they came out as.
Did it say that?
Yes.
Okay.
When they came out, it said on the prompter, Anderson and Gallows. Sophie says maybe Kevin Owens will be part of this Judgment Day storyline. Robbie says these fantasy main events sound washed. Right. Vindicator says, so with Gallows and Anderson and Legado being added recently, WWE finally fixing their tag team division. Be mind-blowing if FTR came back. I think AEW might have to fall apart a little bit more for the FTR to come back. They went away very, very angry.
And, you know, if the FTR come back now, it's starting to get very crowded.
Yep.
And are they going to be at the top?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to come back if they can't be at the top.
Yep.
And I just want to know how they're going to fill up the time with all this new talent they brought in.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was the same 8 guys every week for 2 years.
But are you going to bloat it so much? Because you have to not only have time for them,
but you have to have storylines.
And now you have to have storylines, you have to have time for them, and you can't do that many promos and backstage interviews and stuff like that. And you can't waste any time. If you have a 3-hour show and you have this many talent coming in, once again, what I'm seeing is the same shit that AEW did, right? They had a great set of people that they could have used. They did use them. Then they brought all these other people in. And now they're taking over the TV time of the people that were there the whole time. So I know that Paul thinks that he's doing such a great thing by purging whatever he thinks he's purging. But I think he's hurting the company a little bit by not making sure that foundation is still there, because what you're going to do is ostracize certain fans, and that's a big percentage of fans.
Right.
But
yeah,
it
looks like he's going.
Hey, whatever.
It looks like to me that he's signing a lot of indie stars.
Oh yeah.
And so he's trying to bring in those indie fans, which are the AEW fans. So we know there's right around 1 million of them. We know that. That's without question. Mm-hmm. He has 2 million fans. So don't lose 500 to 1 million just to gain 200,000. Yeah. Don't ruin your fandom.
Yep. Because, I know it's great now, but what is long term? Like, these are short term things that are happening right now, and you guys are all excited about, oh, we brought this bird back, oh, we brought this bird back, oh, we brought this bird back. You're like, oh, piece of candy, oh, piece of candy, oh, piece of candy. Pretty soon, that candy is going to give people cavities.
Right. What I feel like it is a pool with shit in it.
Yeah.
And he's stirring it back to the top. Mm-hmm. And it's going to settle. He's going to know what sells and what doesn't.
Yep.
Because his wife's going to tell him, hey, it's not working.
Yep.
You got to do something.
Somebody has to rein him in.
And
that's
they will.
What Vince did. And unfortunately, I know you guys don't like Vince, and you're so happy he's not there and everything like that. But when it comes to Triple H, I'm sorry, the dumb fucker doesn't know what talent is. He really doesn't. Like, there are some guys who are extremely talented that he is overlooking on a major weekly basis.
Right. Although he's keeping the title on some of the champions still. Like, we haven't seen Bobby Lashley lose. I feel like he's hurting Bobby Lashley's character, but he hasn't made him lose yet. Mm-hmm. You can't have Mustafa Ali take him fucking 12 minutes.
Nope, you can't.
That match should last 3 with him putting him in the Hurt Lock and ending it.
Yep.
The Ciampa match should last 5 minutes. 6-7 minutes maybe.
But if you want to have an Ali and a Ciampa match and have it last 20 minutes, fantastic, do it.
Put those two against each other and just allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
And some of the talent that he's bringing, so they're not even taking Jay. Jay's completely.
Well, he has to stay there. He has to be there and be all supportive of Sammy, because he's the one that goaded him into taking that match with Riddle. Bryce is like, what? And so he's like, whenever the WWE is in Brooklyn, they always treat it like a mania type show. Bryce also says, no way, this has to be a dream. Is it just me or is it real? No, Anderson and Gallows is there. Robbie says Bayley looks pissed. Minion says, who do you think will be the next King of the Ring? I don't even think they're doing that anymore.
And they might. Triple H loves the nostalgia. They got rid of the Queen
stuff. I don't know if they're really going to do King of the Ring thing. They kind of obsoleted it as time went on. So.
Chef's going to score a touchdown right here.
There it is.
Hey, look who it is.
They did it. Good for them.
Kelsey? That was we said his name was? Yeah, it's Kelsey for sure.
Yeah, it's Kelsey.
Yeah. I knew it was the tight end. I just didn't
Travis Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Good for him. They finally got some points on the board. Maybe it'll bring their spirits up.
Don't call it a comeback.
They seemed like they were kind of falling down on the wayside there for a minute. Give them something for what for, guys. Make it a good football game. Right?
Yep, I like his shoes. They're yellow.
Luke says the creative director was the Hollywood producer who wanted to make a Fiend movie.
Yes.
LOL.
Yeah, I was saying that last week.
Bryce says they're back. And Vindicator says, unfortunately, it looks like Candace is losing 2 weeks in a row. Bryce says... Where? Things Things just got too sweet. Chris says Kai looking hot tonight. Luke says our starting great tackle is out, which doesn't help. Robbie says what happened to the 24/7 title. Dana Brooke lost it somewhere.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's
with herself.
She left it in a limo.
And she got lost herself somewhere in
this
the
is the one. This Candice LeRae is the one I hope that they figure out and they just get rid of her. And they don't have to cut her from the roster, but like maybe make her a manager or something.
If Bayley doesn't beat her ass and beat her, this is fucked up dumb.
Oh, Bayley's kicking her ass.
Sophie says, I wonder how long it took Triple H to convince the Good Brothers to come back to the company.
30
all
seconds.
It takes is pretending to pay him lots of money.
A phone call.
Luke says, see, it only takes one play. Chris says, also, we see Good Bros versus Viking Raiders. Sophie says, AEW Tag Division is crowded as is. We could see the Good Bros versus the Usos. And Chris says, well, everyone complains about 3-hour show, but yet there's still a talent problem.
Well, we're getting the talent. They're bringing it in now. We're getting a new influx of talent, which is good.
So fill the time up with actual wrestling.
And then, and it's been moving pretty good tonight.
The
A lot faster
fine.
than it did on Saturday, I can tell you that.
Promos are fine as long as they keep them, not as, hey, here's a promo, oh, here's a promo, oh, here's a promo, oh, here's a promo. And then, oh, hey, we're 45 minutes into the hour and we haven't had a match yet.
Right, like when Randy Orton was around. Randy Orton would take up the first 25 minutes.
It is annoying.
And you're like, how do you do that?
I don't know how they do it. It's
Randy
insane.
can do it. Randy would take up 20 minutes. And you're like, no, this is impossible.
Sophie says this Bayley-Bianca feud is going to lead into one of the War Games matches. Ravi says AEW doesn't have structure.
I just don't like the War Games matches being with the champions because I'd like to see the championships on the line. Unless it is a War Games match with the championship on the line. But that doesn't... I've never seen a War Games like that. It's usually 5-on-5 or 6-on-6.
Oh, yeah.
But it would be cool if it was 6 against themselves, a 6-way in the cage, and the winner walks out with the title.
Right. S-A-La is in the chat.
Hey,
says, hey, man, who do you think is going to main event WrestleMania?
Roman Reigns and Cody.
Robbie
Cody
says,
Rhodes.
I'm not excited
That's my guess for right now, but it could definitely change.
Right. Looks like message retracted. And Chris says, and thoughts, not even including WWE fans that are only fans of WWF legends. So he says Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are coming back to AEW TV at some point. And Robbie says WWE will never be the levels it used to be.
No, well, they can't. There's just not that many fans.
Chris says Chad Gable needs to become a main eventer like Kurt Angle. And Robbie says, they have to test things out to know if it will work. Sophie says, I thought the Good Brothers were working New Japan as well. Robbie says, Bayley, and Luke's like Kelsey's touchdown. Yeah, we saw it. And I said, finally, it's good. They finally might have their momentum going now.
Finally.
They just looked like they just kind of lost heart there for a little bit. So maybe that will help them kind of keep their momentum going.
Chiefs need to double team this Adams kid, this Devontae Adams.
But, they do have 4 minutes left in the second, then they have halftime, so they got to keep that momentum on the Chiefs side high like that so that they could do good going into the
little 8-yard burst. Maybe
right, halftime, because if they don't, then they'll just be kind of blah when they come out. And
right now, Bayley is just taking it to Candice, as she should. I don't even understand why this match is still going.
Well, they had to make it go through the stupid commercial break.
I think we could have this one in during the commercial. Nobody would even notice.
Right? Films like this is going to be the best Monday Raw ever. Really, film? You think? You think so, buddy? Nah. Sophie's like, if they're going to bring the King of the Ring pay-per-view back, make it more important.
I hope so.
Robbie says Candice is a ham roll.
And Baron Corbin. Where's Baron Corbin at? That guy needs a big push here coming up, too.
Films. Also, there's a thing going on. The Good Brothers didn't bash Triple H. I was playing. Yeah. Film. The Good Brothers never bashed Triple H or Vince. What happened is Paul Heyman lied.
He did.
It was all Paul Heyman. And Vince found out about it. And
too late.
Too late to do anything about it. And AJ came in and yelled and screamed at him about it. And there was nothing he could do about it at that point. Whether or not he was trying to get those guys back, I don't know, nor do I care. I'm just saying that all the blame fell on Paul Heyman. It was totally him. That's why AJ hates him so bad and has such a hard time with him and can't work with him.
Right, and that's why they put them on different channels.
Most
they
of the
were
time.
together on Raw.
Yeah. Sophie says, and we also see them bringing released talent back into the WWE fold. Robbie says, D, I thought you liked a good promo. Yeah, as long as it doesn't last 25 minutes. 5-10 minutes is good. They don't need to have a promo that lasts 30 minutes.
To be honest,
45 minutes.
It depends on who's cutting it. If it's Dominic or like somebody like Liv, I don't want to see it for very long at all.
That's what the whole...
But if it's Bray Wyatt and he comes outside and tells us a story and that story lasts 15 minutes...
That's fine. That's what... the
100%.
point of his comment was good.
Oh.
A good promo.
Right.
I like a good promo, but most of them are shit and boring and dumb and make no sense whatsoever. Not compared to what I've heard from the past ones in the years past. Like, these people don't know how to make promos, from what I can understand.
We are back from commercial. Candace taking it right to Bayley. It looks like Bayley's...
all during the commercial break, Bayley was doing such a good job. Then here's like, Dean Travis, so who do you like less, Candace, Liv, or Athena, or Serena Deeb? Athena
on that list. I didn't hear the second name.
Candace, Liv, Athena, Serena Deeb.
Athena. Just because she's dangerous. And she just doesn't... I don't think she understands how to wrestle. And she's been at it for long enough to be better.
True.
And she's not good. And she's dangerous. And then obviously... all the ones you just named are pretty terrible on the mic, so...
Robbie says Bayley will probs lose this as well. Well, she better not, and if she does, that's stupid.
I don't know how Candace is on the mic, but they haven't given her one yet, so...
Sophie says they are giving hints at who is going to face the Bloodline in the War Games, and Phil says, oh man, what time is it?
Candace just beat Bayley.
Of course she did.
6:10.
Wow.
Yeah, Triple H has got some sort of agenda going on. So, who's going to come out and save her?
I don't know, but
so 17 caught that ball. 1, 2, so that's a fumble.
That was a legal play.
So it's a fumble, but he fumbled it out of bounds. Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, that dude's a sick wide receiver. He's one of the best I've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm. I was like, it's far too late to care film, and Sophie's like, with the Good Brothers back. Oh my God, you guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
Bianca's
Sophie
coming down.
Opens the door. Everything opens the door. Everybody opens
the door.
The door
is open.
talent. Oh my God, you bring these garbage back, you bring back more. Yay. Woo, yay, more garbage. Robbie's like, Nakamura, best off leaving. They are back now, so it's water under the bridge. JVD is in the chat. Hey, JVD. He says, hey, what's up? Not much. How are you doing? Film says, yeah, that's what it is. And
so now they got 2. Is there a third woman that's going to come down here?
Yeah, those guys. And Film says that, and Film says, Robbie, don't run the moment. Chris says, Bray's old promos. Sophie says, Bray Wyatt should give us part of his game plan. How about no?
And it could be coming on SmackDown right there, right in the back. That hurts.
Phil wants Bayley for the win, but she didn't. They gave it to old dumb fuck out there. Yay for them. Robbie says, told you Candace Hamroll would nick it. And Pico says it's better to keep Johnny's same face from Spaghetti and Candace from a live mic. Yeah. How about not letting her win everything? That's pretty fucking gay, dumb shit, too. Sophie says, so Paul's been fighting all the wrong. His father-in-law messed up while he was in charge, like re-signing people that shouldn't have been released in the first place.
Oh, there's the Miz in the back. Maurice looking like a $100 bill.
Sure, Sophie. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's righting all the wrongs. Were they wrongs? I don't feel they were wrongs. There's a lot of people that shouldn't be coming back. But, you know.
What is it? What do you think it is? It's a Louisville Slugger. Don't ruin my makeup.
That's just weird.
A little
Whereas,
better
like,
than
beat the-
Sammy and
Oh, yeah, it's not as disgusting as them.
Ty.
Rose like beat the crap out of Candace, and Curvin says Paul continue bringing more talent back and Triple H book everybody.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
all the
see how it
people
all
you
plays
were
out.
Like and used to seeing, you won't see them anymore.
Well, we'll see. It's a
People-
wrestling. Wait
People
and see.
says, hey JVD, where you been, fool? Sophie says that, and Robbie says, S says, a pussy, really just another live with muscle. And Walter's like, okay, bye guys, see you Wednesday for AEW. Thanks for stepping in and hanging out with us, Walter. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
for
you,
tonight
Walter.
on Raw. You have a great rest of your evening, and we'll definitely see you
On Wednesday.
Wednesday for AEW. Robbie's like, Sophie.
Next
really
week,
a little
Wednesday, will
fuck's
be Tuesday.
sake. Oh yeah, AEW's on Tuesday next week. That's right.
So Wednesday next week will be Tuesday. It's like setting your clocks back, but it's setting a day back.
Ooh. They're going to have to go up against NXT. Oh no, what's going to happen?
It's going to be a ratings war.
It's going to be a war.
Did you see the
Everything's
ratings?
gonna be
It's a
war.
Tuesday night war.
Oh no, a Tuesday night war. How could they?
Hey, we might as well just watch both. Old days, old school.
It's going to be weird having like 2 days off in a row.
Like a weekend in the middle of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be strange. They're fully
least not
snobby
they dead.
dead. My.
There's a flag. Who's it on?
That guy.
Well, he was celebrating like he won the World Series.
That guy. Over there. That guy.
I love watching these people celebrate like they won the game. It's like,
I know,
you
right?
know, it's
like,
the
why
second
would
quarter.
you waste all of your energy on something that stupid?
Act like you've done it before. Be
Like,
professional.
hey, you guys are the Chiefs. Haven't you guys been to the Super Bowl? Oh, wait, you have.
Yeah, and they've
Now
won.
act like it, that you've been there and have done it. Act like fucking people who are out there and you've won fucking games instead of like, I've never won anything in my entire life. I better act like I never have. Every single time I get a good play. Celebrate. That's not the good times that they expect you to celebrate.
Violent night. Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense.
Ew.
First down.
That
Yeah.
lady is not happy about it. She's like, that's a lie. He didn't do that at all. He didn't
Let's
rough
see.
the passer.
Okay, comes around the end.
Car got in the
It's all
way.
good. It's all good. It's all good. What happened?
I don't know if that's... How is that considered roughing the passer?
What the fuck?
How is it called roughing the passer? Are you not allowed to... Oh, maybe it's because it's not below.
No, you can't hit him below.
You have to hit him above. Maybe he hit him too far down.
He tackled him perfect.
I thought he tackled him perfect,
That's how
too.
you draw it up. I don't see a penalty there.
I'm confused about what's happening.
Yeah, the rules committee
out there.
needs to talk about that one because
That's
I don't
weird.
understand how that's even bad.
I didn't even get that. That
He-
doesn't make any sense.
Where's
that-
Luke? Luke, tell me this rule all of a sudden.
Luke, where are you? You're watching that game. I want to know what the fuck happened and how that was even roughing the passer. That was
Well,
kinda
obviously
fucked
he's
up.
going to be on our side.
Well, I understand.
Be unbiased
but
and tell me
still-
how that is a penalty. Say it was a Raider doing it to your quarterback.
Yeah, like
Like, how is that a penalty?
I want to know.
Anybody watching the Monday night game, tell me how that was a penalty.
I have no idea. That was really weird.
Look at, I mean, it's perfect. You couldn't, he didn't go to the, he didn't touch his head and he didn't touch his knees.
Right. He got him in his upper. I mean, yeah, he hit his arm.
No, there's no rule against
But
that.
he had his arm back like he was going to pass. So,
I'm lost.
I don't.
Anyways, we do have Maurice out in the ring.
And Miz with a bat. It's a nice bat.
Hey, it's another one of those
It's
gift
his
giving.
birthday party.
I like these.
He's having a
Didn't
birthday
they just
party.
do this, or was that a full year ago when this happened?
Birthday
Look at his
party.
balls. Look at the balls.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is it going to be what's his face in the
Yes,
balls?
he's gonna be somewhere.
That's nice. Let's see. Where was I get that? Sophie says Paul is going to have the same problem as Tony Khan about having a bloated roster.
It is, and that's what I was going to say when you guys were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And what'll happen is it's just going to wax and wane, right? He's bringing in all these weird indie guys. Paul is, which we saw Tony Khan do, and now the talent that's on WWE will end up leaving and going there and making them better. So it's basically just going to even them out. So this is perfect. I do not see a problem with this because it's going to help AEW in the long run.
Right.
Because you're going to lose people like the Street Profits. You're going to lose people like Charlotte and Becky.
They'll just get
and
put.
Bayley.
They'll just kind of like slowly like not be there, and then you'll just have this mid card crap like NXT. Yay!
Right, and that's, I mean, obviously he had NXT and he thought it was good enough with the 900,000 people that watched it, or 700,000.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he was trying to push people like Adam Cole.
Yeah. The problem of it is that it's not good for the networks that are promoting these, and they don't like that, especially Fox. No.
There it is.
He's on his balls.
I need a workout ball like that. I'd rather have Maurice on it, but whatever.
So you can put your junk on her face?
Can you get... I wear clothes when I exercise. Look, he's got a bat and balls now.
I don't understand. That's so weird. Anyways, David says, people, I don't know, take a break from YouTube. Chris says, Bray used to call Roman the unattainable. How cryptic, because now Roman is champ. Bray has to be the only one to beat Roman, but he has to go through Cody. Film says no, Bayley deserves to win. Sophie says, I didn't expect dynamic.
What do you want to bet?
Viewers when they go on Tuesday night.
In one of these boxes, it's going to be, what's his name's head?
There it is.
Oh, right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, you got it.
I figured that'd be at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like whack-a-mole. Give me that bat. Oh, you gotta have trust. Like my chin was stuck. Whacking. Well, you know he's under the table. Oh, he's not there.
How did that happen?
The rope's moving, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he rolled out.
Right. Sophie says, I didn't expect Dynamite to get that. And Ravi says, oh, not that I could care, but these wrestling
Look behind him. Look behind him.
Oh, God.
Maurice, kick him in the balls.
She can't do anything. Oh, God, she fell.
Did we get a beaver shot? Oh, no. Was that like a real cake?
No, but the frosting's probably real, but the other part of it's not. Oh, Miz got away. Don't leave your wife!
He ran off! She got back up and then got in the cake.
She should just throw it at him. That's weird.
Miz just ran off. He's so brave. Oh, she dropped and rolled.
She can't get her hair out of her face. Anyways, Chris said that, Film says that, and Robbie says that, and Film says boo, and Sophie says today is also Tony Khan's birthday.
What is it? Dexter has a knife.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's going to cut his balls.
Oh, he's going to pop his balls. Chris says, I know even in baseball the crowd acts like they won and it's only third inning. Sophie says, we know we are getting Dexter versus a Miz at some point and then building it since Dexter first came back almost 3 months ago. Robbie says, D sounded like a Karen. Actually, that was a lady in the audience on the chase, by the way, not me. Says, yeah, I didn't get that move there. Karen on the mic. And Luke says the answer to what we were asking. It's the same bulletin call or bullshit call. The same bullshit call they hit us with last week. It's utter bullshit. They are saying it's roughing the passer.
Hey, Lumos is eating some cake.
Oh. They say it's roughing the passer because the defender fell on the quarterback with his full weight. Such shit.
That's horseshit.
And the ball was out before the penalty occurred. Well, and the thing of it was he was in the middle of passing, and the defender knocked the ball out of him when he got him when he hit his arm with his arm, and then tackled him. Now, you tell me how a guy can tackle somebody in football without their whole weight on him. How? And you can't take them down by their knees anymore. So how do you do it without using your full weight against the guy? Like that? I think that they should stop having football with any kind of touching, and they literally should just go back to Little League flag football. That's what they need to do. Have flag football anymore with these fucking little pansy-ass pussies out there who can't play a goddamn fucking game without crying fucking shit and having more rules than even makes any sense. Jesus Christ, that's dumb.
Yeah, that was textbook.
So he says SmackDown is going to FS1 once or twice this week. It depends on the World Series. Piccolo says just listening out of context. Y'all are hilarious. Vindicator's like, and this is where the show grinds to a halt. Things were much smoother without these Miz TV segments.
Hey, it's over. They're building a story, and now we get, what, is it going to be Bobby and Seth in the main event? They were just showing Seth, and they said that.
Yeah, because they were supposed to have a match tonight.
Yeah, they will, yeah.
Luke says they are saying the penalty was called because Jobs fell on the quarterback, but he fell on the quarterback while securing a live ball fumble. Such effing crap.
He fell on him because he was tackling him. That's not falling. That's called tackling.
How is he not supposed... Is he supposed to stop himself? Is this the Matrix? Are they playing in the Matrix? Just out of curiosity. Is this the fucking Matrix?
They could be. It is Monday Night Football.
So there's like a lot of
that
WWE
field goal
people
good.
that have been there since day one are probably mad about the WWE talent coming in, but the difference is WWE has 5 hours of TV while AEW has 3. Luke says the crowd has been yelling bullshit since the penalty.
As they should. That was bullshit.
If it happened the other way around, it'd be bullshit too. Like, in all seriousness, no matter who did the play, and I don't care what teams are involved in it, the call was fucking bullshit, no matter who was in it.
Right. Like I said, I don't have a horse in this race. That's horse shit.
That was the dumbest fucking thing I'd ever seen. And there's been a lot of dumb shit that happens in these fucking things anymore. Feels like barf, can't stand those two, Miz and the Miz's wife. Oh, film, really?
How do you not like Maurice?
Yeah. Chris is like, Bray should come out and Sister Abigail Maurice. Lumis chokes out Miz.
He tried to, but Miz escaped.
So he says we still don't know why Dexter has been stalking the Miz since his return to the company. And Piccolo says these Raw camera men aren't as skeevy as the AEW ones. That's a shame. Yeah, they don't like to just get all up in their business. Oh, look,
Cooter
fanny shot.
You got fans in the audience, so somebody got some cooter shots.
Piccolo's like, good to see you back online, JV Dizzle. And Sophie says football sounds more confusing than baseball for some reason. Robbie says with that wouldn't work. D and Sophie says flag football would be part of something, I forget what. Actually, it worked just fine, Robbie. It works in Little League stuff. They're like little kids out there. They act like children.
Just put flags. All you'd have to do is put flags on the quarterbacks.
That's it. Put flags on them, then. I think it should just
Joey
be flag
Hayes,
football from now on.
Chico and Joey.
I think it's a moss, but sure, dude, almost works too. Looks like the Chiefs were victim to this last week against Brady. Even the announcers are saying it's a horrible call. I don't care. Stop playing the victim, Luke. You're playing the victim for your team. I don't give a good goddamn who the fuck it happened to. It's a bullshit no matter what across the fucking NFL board. Whichever quarterback is involved, whatever teams are involved, I don't give a shit.
Maurice looks like she's from an 80s band.
With her hair all...
Look at her.
Hi. Whatever, Sean. Go fucking look at yourself in the mirror with your eyes. You can't even tell who's out there anyways.
Take a long walk off a short pier.
Fucking moron. Sophie says maybe the DX Universe will be the co-main event. Sophie says it sounds like football lost a lot of fans.
Lumos is wrestling next week for a contract. So if he wins, he gets a contract with WWE. If he loses, he's out. So obviously Miz is going to lose next week.
Right? Sophie says it sounds like football lost a lot of fans. Lily says, Sophie, how do you get football lost a lot of fans from a crowd being upset at a bad call? Chris says, oh shit, there actually was another QR from this time. LOL, the link takes you to a puzzle piece that makes Bray's new logo and says to tune in on Friday.
Fuck. I was hoping they would keep him off SmackDown.
It says, yeah, the QR codes are probably saying Bray is on Friday.
Boo.
Yeah, let's bloat that up and see how much time we can waste on a Friday night for, the talent that they're bringing all these people back for. It's fantastic. Rob's like, haha, it's not BSD. You're BS. Pickle's like, Marie says, no, Tawny Katane.
She's looking like it.
Vindicator says,
Need to dance on my car.
Right. Vindicator says Lumis already has a contract, just dumb stipulation to get people to care. Just means the storytelling has been no bueno. Yeah, as in, who gives a flying fuck? Some guy who doesn't even talk, just fucking stalks people. I mean, how fucking creepy is that? I'm sorry, if you're a woman who's had PTSD from a man stalking you, who the fuck wants to watch that shit? I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Like, it's fucking creepy as fuck. I get it, he's a creepy character, but it makes it even worse.
We got Chico and Joey going up against Amos.
Poor guy.
Joey goes down first. Now Chico's all by himself. He's just running, but he gets grabbed from behind. He's in plaid shorts. He's got manties on that are plaid.
Plaid manties.
Oh, shit.
Kerper says, I feel so bad for MVP. Literally, what is the point of Amos at this point? I don't know. What is the point of the point?
Hey, they're still pushing him as a giant. I'm okay with it. I like having all the different aspects of wrestling.
Chris says Dexter Lumis could be stalking Sonya. That would be fucked up.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And how many of those WWE women have had that problem? Oh, wait. Multiples of them.
At least one.
Like, how fucked up? So it's okay for them to put a storyline of a guy stalking another guy? Oh, that's fine, right? That's all right.
He's not stalking Maurice.
He's
Although
stalking
he was
another guy. That's okay. Like, it's not okay if it was stalking of any other kind, but it's cool and funny and hilarious if it's this way and depicting it this way. I think it's fucked up unto itself.
There it is.
If you can't do anything else with your character, you need to fucking change how you do shit.
Chico and Joey.
They're dead.
Chico and Joey.
Dead, dead, dead.
The ripe old age of 20-something. Joey just got smashed down.
Oh, why is he beating them up some more? They didn't do anything. They're just
you have
doing their
to.
business.
Joey and
Hey, it's
Chico.
rough Jessica out there.
It was.
Today. Nice. Good to see her. Sophie's like, saw Hocus Pocus 2, wasn't that bad. I am a few minutes behind you because I was helping my mom with something
Fast
stupid.
forward through the commercials. Or recaps.
Right? Something.
Plus, you weren't going to miss anything if you fast forwarded through the Amos match.
Yeah, if you fast forward through this, you're not missing anything at all. Chris is like, ref Aubrey versus Jessica. Aubrey. If we're going on talent, Aubrey.
Aubrey and but
For
Jessica.
a ref in talent, Aubrey is way better than any of them.
I don't know if there's any that are on her level at all.
No, there isn't. That's the sad part of it is when she first started and everything, they've had their stupidity of toning her down because of whatever Tony Khan thinks to read on Twitter is fucking retarded. Like, he is the most dumbest person on this planet if he thinks that they have an opinion of what's happening in real life.
Yeah, run your company and
don't worry
read
about
Twitter.
what fucking social media shit is happening. Run your fucking company, and maybe it wouldn't implode like it has been. And if you fucking actually did your goddamn job as a manager instead of trying to be everybody's goddamn friend. Stupid bastard. Oh, look, it's the epic return
Up next.
of him, but he's going to be on SmackDown, so why are we seeing it on Raw?
Right, they're just going to show what happened last night.
Oh.
We could see him. I'm not saying we're not going to, but There's a good chance they're just going to show what he did last night, or on Saturday night.
Purpur's like, yo, Moss got some dental service.
Boom.
That's good.
Getting his teeth dead.
What do you mean dental service? I didn't look at his teeth. I do not look at him, so I would have no idea. It looks like I've been listening the whole time. Y'all are freaks. You're a freak. Sophie says, actually, I don't know how far behind I am from you. I know I'm before the Moss match. Fast forward through it. You're not missing anything.
You can fast forward through that. They're going to talk
Moss
about
wins,
Bray Wyatt.
He beats up a whole bunch
and
of
then
people.
you have a commercial, so you can catch up right now. Just fast forward.
Oh, let's see. Purpur says his teeth ain't fucked. Oh, I didn't know they were fucked in the first place. So he's like, called Dexter versus Miz. I didn't expect those stipulations, though. People's like guilty. Sophie says, are they setting up a Moss versus Braun for Crown Jewel?
Yes.
Naila says, I'm a freak, that's why I'm here. Exactly. It looks like all I know is the QR code directed people to watch SmackDown, but I never thought Bray wouldn't be on Raw. He might not be. Probably no, this is just a fucking recap of what happened on the pay-per-view, and he's not even there. He'll just be showing up for real on SmackDown. Whoopie fucky do. Great to bring some relevance to a show that, you know, we can't bring relevance to. But we'll add a whole bunch of dumb shits to it. And morons like fucking Candace fuckface and her dumbass husband spaghetti dude. Jesus, I fucking hate those people.
You don't even know them.
Yeah, well, I feel like they're probably really fucking dumbass people in real life too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, some of the crap that they put on social media while they weren't wrestling, yeah, definitely dumbasses. So it's like, why are they still doing the QR code? To make your life fun, Sophie, and you to ask questions. Chris says if they keep doing codes, it's going to get stale. Oh, why? I mean, they could just do it for months and months and months. I just can't wait to have storylines like Ray's Eye and Seth. It's going to be fantastic.
That is not happening.
Months and months and months of it. Just months of it. So fun. So much fun.
Seth and Bray, eye match.
So like, people are debating which return was epic. Cody Rhodes at Mania or Bray from this Saturday. Cody Rhodes at Mania.
Cody
totally
at Mania was
epic.
bigger. Now, if The Fiend would have debuted at Mania...
Yeah, it would be more epic.
And had a match.
But
I mean,
he only debuted on an Extreme Rules. Stupid.
And with just a few minutes left, and it was like fast. It was like a quick, and then
hey,
it's
look,
over.
this guy's coming back. We're going to throw some crap
Cody
at you.
came out and wrestled.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a way bigger deal.
Totally.
But, by the way, Bray's my favorite. So, and he's back. So my favorite wrestler is now back. So I actually have a horse in the race. But I will tell you, if they put Liv Morgan with him, I'll probably back out of the race.
Right.
I do not want to see that. There's no way he can carry her. I probably wouldn't back out. I'd still like Bray, but I would complain the whole time.
Do you think that when he talks that he sometimes has to like think about their names and how to say them because of his accent? Especially since I was telling you about those people on the British Bake Off when they did the Mexican food and they couldn't say any of the words for stuff. A taco. Jesus Christ.
No, he's fine.
Ayla says, okay, so that figure you guys have in between your laptops looks like a seal head with sunglasses. I know it's not, but I'll glimpse at it and see seal. Good. Chris says, oh, everything is fucking Easter egg with this slightly obese 30-something-year-old neck beard. Oh, just kidding. I love you, Bray. So it says, imagine we could get Bray versus Cody. And Luke says, what do you two think of Liv and Seth's social media is going blacked out the minute Bray returned?
I don't know.
I didn't watch social media.
I can honestly say I haven't been on there for a while, but that's kind of weird.
So here's the recap. Basically, They're just showing what happened at the end of the pay-per-view on Saturday.
At this point, I knew it was Bray, and I was super stoked. I was geeking out.
Yeah.
So I didn't catch a lot because I was too busy being a geek.
Piglet says, who's this nerd on my TV? Go away, nerd.
Nerd.
Nerd. Lauren Hofstetler. Nerd. So he's like, since Bray was released last year, the WWE Universe has changed. Howling Mad Dog is in the chat, says, wait, the Gallows are back.
They are.
Yeah, Anderson and Gallows are there. They're back. They came out with AJ. They helped him against the Judgment Day. It's like Retribution all over again, only with some better talent, I suppose.
That was the buzzard there. Here's the woman, right? The witch.
I think she was next.
And then the rabbit was last, I think. I think this is the witch. She's the scariest.
No, the rabbit was
next,
next.
Rabbit.
Like I said, he's really short and just weird, but it could be what's his face, I guess. He could have been standing down on something.
Uh-huh.
He did have overalls on.
Oh, there is 2 belts. I didn't notice the second one over there.
Yeah, but they're both red. They're white with the red. So I don't know what that even means.
2-time champion?
Maybe it's about Bray, that he's a 2-time champion or more.
Possibly.
Maybe they're talking just about his championships and has nothing to do with a girl or of any kind. Ayla
So
says,
does
oh,
that
no,
mean the
British
Fiend's going to be
Bake
part
Off
of the
Mexico
6?
F was cringe for sure. Ravi makes fun of the U.S. At least we know how to cut an avocado. She peeled it like a fucking apple.
I don't even know how that's possible.
I don't either. I didn't watch it, but when somebody made that comment, I was like, what? I should probably watch this because that's funny as crap. It might be one I might have to watch just so I can be offended. Sophie says, the wrestling world has been shaken up and down during this entire year. Howling Mad says, I wish the Shield were back. And Chris says, fun fact that Abby the Witch mask was Brody Lee mask he wore when he was bludgeoned brothers with Eric Rowan.
Oh, was it?
Interesting. Sophie says the Bray return was done perfectly. I wonder maybe that's why they went a little over. Chris says, I think Bo might become like a new Fiend.
That would be cool if it was Bo.
Sophie says Bray Wyatt did pay tribute to Brody Lee with his return on Saturday with the blue lighting. And Ayla says, I'm shocked no one got hurt trying to take the avocado pit out the top with the top of the knife. Right? Ayla.
Oh, just stabbing it?
So, I don't know about you, but I was watching somebody cut an avocado. And they cut it in quarters instead of just in half. And you should do that. So you take it and you cut it in half, right?
Yeah.
And then you cut it again in half, like again. And then when you take it apart, the pit just comes out. So you do not have to like stab your knife into it or poke it out or pry it out or anything like that. It just comes out. I was like, I never even thought about that. What a dumbass.
There he is.
God? Just kidding.
Satan? Is that you?
Satan? Is that you, Satan?
It's very funny, Ventura.
Hello, Satan.
Yes, Satan? Heard animals in there, Ventura.
Had him.
Oh, really? Why don't we take a look? I love that fucking show. I haven't seen it in like years
we
now.
Need to watch it. The guy's all like, I hear noises.
The ice box has a dog door in it for the pig ones. It's like who would notice that?
Right?
Now they're cutting this shit out. Holy PG. There he is.
Oh.
And he says something here, but it's so muted. It's like they didn't have the mic by him. Run, maybe? I couldn't hear what he said.
I'm here. I
I'm
thought
here.
he said, but.
Firefly.
Did you feed the cat by any chance?
I did.
Okay. I was hearing him eating and I didn't know if you'd fed him. So he says, do you think we will see the reveals of who was under those costumes one by one or all at once at different points? I don't know. I don't even know if we will or if that was just a gimmick to bring him back and that was it and that was done. Fighting on the sidelines!
Oh, Bobby Lashley time, not the main event.
No. Howling Mad says instead of the old shield, there can be a Samoa shield. Pickle says, I just eat the pill. Same goes for bananas. Whatever, Pickle. You can only do that with kiwis.
Yeah, I have done that. Even though it's still weird.
It says, I hit the pit with a knife so the pit gets stuck on the knife. Yes, I'll try that. I hate cutting avocados. Yes. The best thing I've ever seen. Like, yeah, so you cut it like you normally would, like lengthwise, right? Around it, like you would. And then when you twist it, it comes apart, right? So leave it together and then do it the same like you did, just a quarter turn, right? And do it again, like you're cutting it in half again.
Wait, the same up and down, though?
Yeah, the same. So,
I
like,
get it.
so you have the avocado.
4 pieces, yeah.
Right. And then when you take it apart, it just pops off, and then you can just pop the seed out. I've done it a couple times with the avocados lately. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. I was like, why did I never think of doing that? And then what you can do is you can just peel the avocado, the skin off, just peel it off of your pieces, and you're done. And then you can cut your pieces up if you want
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. I was like, this is awesome. It looks like Valley's like cry laughing. My daughter.
Seth lost. Seth lost all credibility.
Yeah, he did.
By losing
he
on
shouldn't
Saturday.
even win this.
No.
Bobby should just beat the shit out of him.
A quick one. Seth is basically
throw him in the
irrelevant
garbage.
after Saturday.
Like, he's nothing at this point. Right. Ayla, that's funny that Indy ate a banana peel. That's funny. So it says maybe Bray wrestles like a random times like Brock and Roman does. It says Pico de Gallo. British say something not right. Losers. Pico de Gallo or something. It was fun. Pico's like, oh, nice. It was like, ate not R. Haha, she ate the pill, or at least part of it.
So
it's so bitter. Like, I don't know how you would be like, that's tasty, because it's so bitter. Poor baby. Robbie's like, Bobby. Howling announces Bray Wyatt should team with Braun Strowman. How about no? Sophie says maybe Braun will be part of the Bray group. How about no? Robbie's like, don't slip on the peel. Still Hatched is in the chat. Hey, Still says, hello everyone. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been forever. Hey, look! Travis went away! And it's old Brock Lesnar! It's Brock Lesnar! Travis went to the bathroom and it's Brock. Brock came out. Brock is there. But is he going to go up against Bobby? And if so, what the fuck and why? This is just silly. Films like Missy Travis, time for me to go. Before I leave, here's my question. Who'll win in a particular match? Kelly or Chyna? Choose Kelly. What about you guys? Kelly. Pico says that makes sense. Robbie says, so exciting deal. I might do that sometime. Chris says people think Seth might win this one. I don't know. He might not come out at all with Brock being there. Sophie says, poor Tony Khan must be crying. Let Bray Wyatt return to the WWE instead of AEW. Couldn't pay him enough money, Sophie. He's got too many people he's paying money to. It says Robbie probably taking notes so we can't make fun of him. How to avocado. Sophie says, now we know why this wasn't the main event. Chris says, Cock Lesnar. And Robbie says, good for you, Ayla. Enjoy. It says she has 0 Fs. Haha. If one of my kids drank the chemicals under the sink, it'd be her. So it was like Brock never won the U.S. Championship in his career. And Ayla's like, Brock, yeah, it's your boy. It's your boy, Brock. He's all out there in all his smiling glory. Pico says, oh, I wasn't paying attention. Neither thought Travis was going to scream bloody murder. He ran away. He missed Brock's entrance. It's Brock Lesnar, dude.
All about it.
You missed Brock Lesnar coming out. You literally got up, went to the bathroom, the minute you left the room, he came out. Literally.
Literally, Brock.
Literally. Jaco Robertson in the chat says, Hi, Jaco. Sophie says, where did Seth go? Dead. Robbie's like, Brock going in. It feels like, hey, Missy, thank you for guessing on who would win. Please let me know. Travis will pick. Kelly. He'll pick Kelly too. I chose for him. I chose for both of us. Thanks.
We're finally going to get our dream match.
Booby.
Brock versus Bobby. But
Booby
it's going to be for the
and
United
Brock.
States Championship, and it's going to be in, what, November?
Oh. He got bleeped out. We don't even know what he said. Holy shit, I think is what he said. So I was just thinking about his smile makes me smile. Looks like Kelsey touchdown. Oh, look, they got another one. Good for them. See? They had their momentum when they went to the locker room, and they brought it back out at halftime. Oh, no!
Bobby.
Poor Booby.
F5.
Sad. They're like, we're getting rid of you, Bobby. And here's how.
Well, they've been burying him the last couple weeks.
Yep. Film's like, bye, everyone. Night, Film. Thanks for hanging out with us. You have a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bobby says, oh, Brock ready to cook. And Sophie says, what a downgrade for Brock going to main event plenty of times against Roman to mid-card feud against Lashley, which they do have unfinished business. Doesn't mean he's going after that title, by the way. He could just be there to beat somebody up. Chris says, I thought Bobby beat Lesnar at Royal Rumble. Robbie says, Sophie, I'll just enjoy Bobby getting cooked up. Martha says, bye now. Jacob says, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 39, WWE Universal Champion. And that, and Sophie says, and who is the face in this feud? Bobby. It's a face, kinda, but...
At this point, I don't care. One more
Hi,
time,
buddy.
the crowd's yelling, so...
Hi, what are you doing? Hi. Hi, what you doing?
Maybe no title on the line.
Oh,
Seth comes out
yeah.
next.
Sophie's like, the crowd loves both men, right?
Try not to chew on my watch.
No.
Bobby might not be champion much longer after Seth beats him here in a second.
Luna's like, I just spent out my Gatorade. Luke's like, oh Lord, WWE's starting to do the Twitter announcements of signings, starting with Gallows and Anderson. Lame. So he says, I thought Brock had his look shaved.
He's fine. Yeah, I know what you're saying, though.
Chris says Bray should eventually face Bray in a Funhouse match. Yeah, they should just face each other. Bray and Bray. What you doing, little weirdo? So it's like, why go after Bobby now? That is the question. Robbie says, well, Bobby going to Suplex City. Chris is like, Brock versus Bray?
Not yet.
Nah.
Makes no sense.
Maybe Seth couldn't play.
But I could tell you that there's no, there's nobody on AEW roster as big as the two guys they brought back over the last 2 days.
No.
Even John Moxley at his best or Kenny Omega at his best isn't as good as Brock or Bray.
Right.
And they already have Roman, so they already have 3. And Cody's, I think, on par with the guys in AEW. And Seth is pretty damn good, but they kind of left him behind, and Bobby's pretty damn good. They obviously left him behind.
Yeah. Ayla's like, get a mirror and bust it. Sophie's like, Brock and Bobby did feud for the first part of this year. Robbie says, I would rather not. Ayla, God bless you, says exactly, Corey. Chris says, Brock versus Bray at Mania after this feud. Ayla says, are you Bray fighting Bray, Robbie? Sophie says, I'm guessing Rollins versus Bobby might not happen tonight.
It could possibly not, but I think they still will, and we could see a new champion.
Flags on the play, flags on the play.
David Ka. Yeah, this game's never over until the clock stops because the Chiefs can just put up points. This was 7-20. And now
Ooh,
it's
number 10 got a
17-20.
pass interference.
Number 10, the offense. Oh, he did.
You got a pass interference on number 27, huh? Gotta look at the ball, buddy. Gotta look for the ball. Chris says Cody versus Roman at Mania Night 2. I think Roman will main event both nights, one against Rock. Interesting. Robbie says, oh, it would be good to see that, Ayla.
If that's the case, I don't think he'll be champion. So, and they could do that. They could drop the title beforehand.
Right.
At like Elimination Chamber or whatever they do, the one before it. They have all different kinds, but it's usually a Saudi Arabia show.
Oh, yeah.
So have Brock lose the title in Saudi Arabia, then go on to Mania to wrestle Rock. Because the Rock feud can't have the belt.
It can't at all.
It doesn't make
no
any
belts.
sense.
Yeah.
And The Rock has to lose. Like, he can't win that fight. It makes no sense for him to win it either. But for him to come back, he has to win. So it's like, you know, to be the real tribal chief. Like, dude, like, look, you're just playing fucking games. I'm the chief.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Bobby says, oh, it would be good to see that. Ayla's like, just a self-match. Might get bloody. Robbie's like, it will get bloody, Ayla. Sophie says, out of everybody for Brock to attack tonight, going after Bobby was an interesting choice. What's interesting is that he's even back at all. Like,
it'd have been cool to see him show up when Gallows, Anderson and Gallows, or whatever, Anderson Gallows showed up and then just beat the shit out of him.
Like,
through tables and
just beat up everybody.
F5 them.
Just throw them around like garbage. Throw you around like garbage.
Everybody in the ring, Retribution, just all.
Yeah,
that's
all of
the
them.
shit Vince would have done.
Just have him come down and beat them all up. Nobody.
Moments ago, look who's back.
It was like Brock can do what he wants. So he says The Rock did acknowledge Roman as a tribal chief in his interview that was posted today. Chris says, yeah, the whole point of Rock putting Roman over is that he will have to lose. Robbie says, no point putting Brock in a shit feud. Ayla's like, my typo game is weak tonight. Robbie's like, always is, Ayla. And Luke says, how is that not intentional grounding?
I wasn't watching.
I didn't watch that part, so sorry with Carr.
There's
Yellow
the flag.
flag! What?
Intentional grounding, there it is.
How can they do that after the fact?
We got together, had a meeting.
That's, I mean, I get it, but that's kind of bullshit.
Too, so. Let's see. Okay, he's outside the pocket, but he's got to throw it back to the line. That was close to the line of scrimmage. I don't know where the line of scrimmage was. But he was outside the pocket.
So is that intentional grounding? If you're outside the pocket?
I don't know where the line of scrimmage was. If he threw it back to the line of scrimmage, then it's fine.
He did. I thought he was throwing it to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I think that was a funny...
Seth going to be United States champion.
Probably. I think that was a funny their call there, buddy. Sophie's like, DX will main event the show. Travis was right about that. Why wouldn't they? They got to have Shawn Michaels out there and with his cross-eyed for you guys. You guys love him so much. You'll go out there and be like, and then say stupid crap and then like make weird things, gestures with their crotchal area. It was like off topic. My 4-year-old is playing Fallout 4 and he's actually decent. Looks like there it is. Finally, about the football call. And Sophie says Rock versus Roman doesn't need the championship though. Robbie's like, Halloween Havoc must get D to DVR it for me. Yeah, no thanks, Robbie. Looks like the ball didn't cross the line according to the replay. Sophie's like, Seth is also hurt as well, but not as bad as Bobby though. And Luke says the replay showed the ball not making it according to the official guy and the announcer booth. Yeah, what are those fuckers now? Eagle's like, I love him so much we're engaged.
Yeah.
Is that it, Piccolo?
So,
do you?
I mean, is this what freaking
so much
Triple H thinks of these guys? They're basically, this is the mid-card. You got Seth, Bobby, and Brock.
Right, I guess.
And Brock doesn't want that mid-card title. I'm telling you
No.
that. That's so Bobby has to drop it to have this feud.
Yep.
So Seth loses on Saturday to become a mid-card champion.
Mm-hmm.
What in the world is going on?
Yeah, Sophie says maybe they're going to do Brock versus Bobby and Crown Jewel. Piccolo says cross-eyed
100%.
Filipino people.
You could write that down right now.
I was like, nah, do you love Shawn Michaels so much you keep mentioning him? It's because they keep showing his dumb asshole shit. So I was like, alright, I forgot about Sami Zayn versus Riddle. Piccolo's like, okay, too much. Robbie's like, burn it down. And Ayla's like, cute cross-eyed baby, stop wearing those Google glasses. Goggle glasses? Googly glasses?
Googly. Why is there 17 referees around Bobby? He's got a hurt shoulder. It's not
They're
he
like,
can't
we
walk.
don't know how to do
I
medic.
can't walk. My shoulder hurts.
Oh
Said
no,
no
my
one.
poor shoulder and elbow. I don't know what's happening. Robbie's like, Bobby hobbling around is funny. And Chris says, I think WWE thinks they are making Seth give credibility to his style, but I don't think Seth is main eventer. But other people do.
Well, he would have been, but he lost on Saturday. Pedigree, it's over. Nope, Bobby kicked out.
It says Google glasses they have to wrap around the baby's head so they can't take them off. And Sophie's like, right now I don't know where Seth fits in heading into both Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. Pico says, pop it back into place like Martin Riggs. Right? Just do it. Robbie's like, these glasses look good, Ayla. Those glasses? I think that's what he meant.
He's getting too old for this shit.
Looks like so reports have just started to break that apparently Ruby Soho has either been released or asked for her release.
I'll bring back, what's their names?
Jesus fuck.
The Riot Squad.
Ugh.
I like Ruby. But she'll never be champion. There's too much talent in front of her.
It says my friend's baby has those glasses, and Pico's like laughing, nice one. So he's like, I thought Tony Khan will not release anybody, and I also thought Ruby Soho was so happy in AEW.
They didn't use her. And I think she had to get surgery or something happened to her.
Thought
Nose,
she
maybe?
broke her face. Her face got broken, or her arm, or something. I don't know. Looks like Sophie, things can change.
Judas effect. Curb stomp? No. As he's getting up. Curb stomp here.
Well, he's like Bobby getting rinsed.
Curb stomp! Is he going to try to hit him with two?
As Chris says, cringe. Very much so, my friend.
This is like a cash-in at Money in the Bank, but...
Like lamer?
It's not. So it makes no sense.
Sage is like, AEW is slowly falling apart. So it's like Seth and
Listen to
Riddle
that
are
crowd, though.
1-1 in their feud.
They're not disappointed. The whole crowd's cheering for Seth.
Are they?
You're not hearing them?
Is it the whole crowd? I feel like that's not a very good
There's
portion of
two,
the
that's
crowd.
it. Count to 20. Seth wins it. 2
Chris
minutes,
says what they
23
think
seconds.
this is a Money in the Bank cash-in. Theory should cash in.
This is exactly what I've been saying. You've seen this coming a few weeks ago with Bobby.
Right?
They buried him with Ciampa, and then last week with Mustafa.
Mm-hmm.
So we knew this was coming. Triple H obviously has zero respect for Bobby Lashley. And the
Well,
proof's in
I
the
guess
pudding.
then Paul doesn't like veterans. He
Well, I
doesn't
think
care
he
for
just wants
people
to
who
weed some people
are
out.
veterans, and he doesn't care about people who are veterans of the United States military. I see how he is.
And obviously they're going to play it out like, oh no, he has to do that for Brock, blah, 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 to have that feud. Because that's what he had to do before to have it with Goldberg.
Yeah.
Same time last year, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Same shit, exact same thing last year.
Oh,
but he
wow.
was world champion last year.
Repeat. Rinse and repeat. Wow, it's a good thing Paul came up with new crap. Glad you guys are all excited about the stupid changes that Paul's making. Oh, wait! The same shit he's doing. Imagine that.
But how did
Weird.
Seth become champion when he lost on Saturday?
Yeah, how is that? He's a loser. A fucking loser. He lost to fucking Riddle, for God's sakes.
Right, he lost to one of the
Fucking
lower
gay
mid-card
motherfucking
talents.
shit.
I don't get it myself, but it is what it is. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, is anybody feuding with Seth besides Riddle? So are they going to have Riddle Seth again at Saudi Arabia?
So he says they should have a Money in the Bank type thing for their mid-card championships. So he's like, Seth is a veteran of the United States military? I don't think so.
I don't know if he served or not.
Robbie's like, Lashley weak as fook. Sophie's like, are they slowly turning Seth face? Robbie's like, do you're excited? It seems. And Robbie's like, I don't care too much. I just take WWE for what it is now. Yeah, it's definitely wait and see what kind of garbage they can stir up and throw out there. Get him! Yeah! Call it roughing the passer! So they can be victims again. Ayla's like, Seth is a vegetarian. I don't know, is he? Maybe.
I doubt it.
Sophie's like, Riddle versus Rollins 3, but this time for the U.S. Championship for Saudi, maybe. Pico says, Bobbles just needs to break. He'll be back in time for WrestleMania, and him and Brock will be pretty awesome. Next month. He has to make it to next month.
November 5th. Middle of the day.
Sophie says, I meant Seth is a veteran in the WWE. I know what you meant, Sophie. Robbie says, it's just sports entertainment. Pico says, no, Seth is a veterinarian. Chris says, I don't think the fans cheer for Seth because he beat Lashley. I think it's more they are cheering for themselves because they are marks who spoil everything online, basically.
Good stuff. Chiefs just scored again. They are in the lead.
Good for them.
On Monday Night Football.
Came back strong from that locker room entertainment in halftime. Looks like ×3 for Kelsey. Uh-oh, what are they conferring about? Somebody did something bad. Who did it? Ooh. What was that?
Nothing. Clean.
Oh, he tripped.
That
Oh.
looked good. Oh, it's on the offense.
No, it was on the Raiders, a personal foul.
Was it after the play?
Maybe. Oh, shut up, Mahomes. You stupid
He
fuck.
thinks he's done. Go fight him.
Go fight. I want him to fight him. I want his dumbass little bitch ass to go out there with it. Yeah, look at me. I'm fucking Mahomes. What a little fuck. Jesus. Go out there and fight him like a real man, bitch. Let's see you do that. Mm-hmm.
Made the kick. 24-20.
It was like he's a vegetarian veteran. Also, he's a veterinarian. So but I don't think he's licensed. It's just a hobby. Chris was like, great. Sophie's like, they are slowly building up their Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. And Robbie says, like you're a zucchini. It was like, oh, thanks, Robbie. I'm actually a Virgo. Real is in the chat. Hey, Real.
Hey, real.
Robbie says, good for you, Ela. Pico says, I've seen him milk a cat before. Seth can milk anything with nipples. Not surprising. So he says, I don't know that many people that still watches Impact. Ayla says, wow, that's impressive, honestly. Cats have tiny nipples. So it's like, what does x3 mean? ×3 happened 3 times. Luke's like, what the fuck, P-Cola? Sounds like something that Seth could do. And Robbie's like, oh, he can't fight him like a real man, do you? You joker. He can't. A little fuck can't do it. He can fucking run his goddamn fucking mouth, but I bet you anything, you put him in a real fucking fight, little bitch would cry. Put him in a fight with that guy. See what happens. Pickle's like, just being observant. Ayla's like, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? If you were, what is it called? Lactating? Yes, probably. I'm sure it could happen. Did you guys notice that Leopold has his Halloween collar on? He's got his third Halloween collar on.
He's had one on every day this month.
Travis said Impact was trash, so I didn't watch it.
Oh, bull. I've never said crap about Impact. To be honest, I would watch it. I just don't have time, and I don't know exactly when it's on. I record it, but I don't watch it. I should probably fast forward through it and see what's happening. They used to have the prettiest women in wrestling. I don't know if they still do.
Ooh, he's gonna show the bitch beast that he's a bitch.
Ain't nothing but a little bitch.
Baron Saxton's like, I got demoted. What do you have to say for yourself?
They should have them fight. Both of them are UFC type fighters. Well, Brock's been in the UFC. Oh, look. Guys, that's real. Get your phone ready. Q code coming right there.
The only place it can be truly free
America.
is in your own mind. Revel in what you are. Alrighty then.
Revel in what you is.
Okay, time.
And that was it.
Sophie's like, so Seth went from losing the main event of a pay-per-view to winning the U.S. Championship 40 hours later. I wonder if they planned that all along. I don't know, but it's pretty dumb. It was like, no, I'm Robert De Niro in this. Luke's like, I love how topics in chat can change as fast as it takes Chiefs to score. Ayla says Robert doesn't lactate. Ravi says Robert De Niro is trash. And Ayla says, Ravi, you're on one tonight. More annoying than usual. No one cares about your trash opinions. Chris says Bray. Pico says these mushrooms are great. Sophie's like, this new Bray character is like Saw and Mike Myers. Ravi says Bobby getting 6x suplex and 3 F5s. Pico is like, wait, am I tripping? I have no idea what's tripping.
It's like a trip, right?
Oh, hey, the moron that's in the ring right now. Oh, yeah, trash. That's exactly right. How dare he insult raccoons?
Well, that's right. He's going to get Sammy.
Oh, Sammy. He feels like it does look like Austin Powers, Sophie. Vindicator says, so I learned an important lesson tonight. Travis, you need to revel in what you are.
Just revel in what you are.
Rob
Learn
was like,
something new every day.
Every day. Rob was like, oh, Ayla, that's kind of you to say. Kind of you to say. Martha says, what the hell was that?
Owls can kill
Seizure
eagles.
time.
Owls can kill eagles. The big horn owls or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah, the great horned ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They will
huge.
kill an eagle.
They're pretty big.
They're more agile, and they can fly completely in stealth mode.
Well,
So I don't know
considering
if
what
you
they
know
hunt,
this.
yes, they have to be more
I don't know
agile.
if you knew this or not, but they have serrated wings, so they make zero sound.
I know, they're very quiet.
Then their bodies have feathers around them that dampen sound. So they're quieter than night.
They're pretty cool.
So even when it's quiet outside, it gets quieter when they get close because they're designed to dampen sound.
They're very awesome
And
raptors.
they will eat babies. They will eat humans. They will eat animals like dogs, cats, monkeys,
They're huge birds.
and they will eat other predators. They do have a rough time against falcons because they can't move fast enough. But if they can find a falcon that's in its nest at nighttime, they can kill it.
I don't think that that's something they normally go for, though. Yeah, it's not like their normal food source.
Well, either are eagles.
So I was wondering how long they're going to do whatever we just saw until that gets stale. Ayla's like, I guess. Chris says, revel in what you are. Robbie's like, Riddle, it's Travis' fave. And Chris says, anyone but you, Roman. Sophie says, I'm guessing the DX anniversary won't be long compared to other anniversaries that we have celebrated this past year. And Juan Munez is in the chat. Hey, Juan. Says, Asi Mucha. Hello.
Hello. I'm hoping for
Hola.
at least a 20-minute match here so we don't get a CDX for very long. That's pretty sad for me to say.
Well, that's because of the people we have to see. Most of them I don't even know. The other parts I don't care to know or see or want to see or have anything to see.
You know the guy that was talking that told Miz that he would have a match next week? The bald guy.
Oh, yeah, the one that was saying that he should just do it.
His name's the Road Dogg, and he has the voice of an announcer. He actually is really good at it. And he will. He'll come out and probably introduce the other ones, I would assume. But he's pretty amazing on the mic. And, but he worked for Vince. So, like, I don't know if you remember this, but when Brock came through and threw his belt at Vince.
Okay.
He was the guy sitting next to Vince.
Okay.
He sat next to Vince for years. And Vince just fired him, like, within the last year.
Oh.
When they were doing all those big budget cuts.
Right.
So he's been in the company forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the road dog. And obviously I know Triple H is. And then the other guy that has the beard and is bald is irrelevant. You don't even need to know his name. Literally trash. I have no idea why he was in the group, how he was in the group. They even put him in the Hall of Fame under the NWO when he literally had nothing to do with that either. Literally the most irrelevant person. Next week, Elias is back. Oh, I wonder if his brother's going to be around.
Elias returns next week on Raw. I wonder if he was away long enough for his beard to grow all the way back in.
Maybe him and his brother will have tag teams matches.
Maybe.
Anyways.
Luke says English typing only, please. Anyways, go ahead.
And then the other guy is Shawn Michaels.
Ugh.
He was in a tag team when I was a kid, and then WWE got really shitty when he became a singles wrestler. That's the black eye, in my opinion, of the WWE's run, is when they had him be on, just even on the roster, let alone wrestling. But a lot of people like that guy. I can't stand him, never have. It's funny because he used to say the dinosaurs need to go away so they can wrestle, and then he became a dinosaur and wouldn't go, and now he's still there.
Yeah, and he still ruins everything. Because he's fucking garbage. Still ruining everything.
Go away. Somebody else could have that job. And he squandered all of his money, and that's why he actually works. Like all the other wrestlers that wrestled at that time did pretty good with their money, but I'm pretty sure he blew his up his nose. But I don't know if it was his nose or if he just blew it on gambling and prostitutes or whatever he did. I don't know what he did, but he blew all his money.
Yeah. Robbie says his trips holding down WWE very well or not. No. I don't know what he's doing to a character.
Sami Zayn has both Usos with him. I thought he just had Jay, but he does have Jimmy there also.
Juan says that Bobby won and that Rollins lost. It didn't happen that way, hon.
No!
Rollins won the U.S.
Is
champion.
the United States champion. Bobby got beat.
And then he called out Brock in the back when he was interviewed. Robbie says it's calm. The Spanish or Mexican crew up in here. Ernest Bell is in the chat. Hey, Ernest, am I late? Yeah, you are. Sophie's like, I am hoping for rivals that have dealt with DX in the past to show up to celebrate 25 years of DX, kind of like The Undertaker did. Robbie's like, no, you're early. Pico's like, the Armstrong family were very popular in Pensacola and the local wrestling scene in the 80s.
Absolutely.
Robbie's like, wow, Elias, I thought he left. Sophie's like, this will be the first time Elias will be here since Triple H took over. Luke says, what do you mean, are you late? Sage is like, Triple H is doing great. Pico is like, one of my first jobs I worked for, Michelle James. That's Scott Armstrong's wife. Jesse James' older brother and former ref.
Oh, I thought he caught that.
Ayla says, are you late for Wednesday's show? No, you're very early. Chris is like, Elias. Sophie says, the budget cuts thing makes sense now because that was making up all the hush money. Sophie, stop. Just
making stuff up at this point.
Are you fucking...
Don't be silly.
Don't talk out your ass. Stop talking out your ass. Literally.
Oh, big clothesline by Sami Zayn.
Robbie's like, Ayla is always 2 days early. Ayla can't help it, Robbie. It's how she was raised. She was raised to be very early.
And the Raiders missed... Nope, they made it. So we got a 1-point gain going in.
Ooh.
I guess we are in the fourth quarter.
Well, at least they're giving it to him real good there, right?
Well, even if the Chiefs score
toes.
a touchdown, the Raiders can score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion and put it into overtime.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Although their overtime rules are really stupid now. Robbie says, well, Sophie, you didn't chat most BS. Kevin Ghosh says, would like to see Ryback in WWE again.
What an idiot. He just told Jay that he could handle it by himself.
Oh, don't do
Just
that.
let Jay get it
Right?
dirty if he
Like,
needs to.
if he needs to help you out, that's what you should do, right? That's how you make him be part of the group, is he helps you.
Sami Zayn taking it right to Riddle. I don't know what you'd call that.
It says, technically, I'm always early. I take pride in my time management, as annoying as it can be. People is like, you're a Ryback fan, Kev. So he says Sarah Logan will be with the Viking Raiders whenever they're off the injured list.
Yeah, it looked like it. I think that's who we saw on Friday.
Robbie says, Sophie, stop with the fake news. And it says, plus I literally make myself sick if I think I'll be late. Ew, no, a commercial on both sides. Lame. Lamos. People, time management is pretty important.
Yeah. For people that have clocks.
So it says, do you hear the crowd reaction whenever Sami Zayn does something? They are going to turn him back face eventually. Rob is like, Sammy Rollins tonight. You know, I really don't feel that Sammy's really a heel or a face. I just don't feel like he's really like, because anytime a confrontation happens, he kind of tries to diffuse the situation. I don't really feel that that's a heel type of action. So, and he's not really a face because he doesn't like take the other person's side or something. He just kind of comes in and goes, now, boys. Like, stop, it's fine. Go over there. People is like, oh, Sophie, you mean this Michael Myers. Sophie's like, let me guess, Ayla was a nerd when she was in school.
The Denver Broncos
Sophie,
are going to be on another primetime game. They're arguably the worst team that I've seen.
For a while. I'm so glad they got What's-His-Face to be their quarterback.
Oh, he's terrible.
He fucking went from being such a good quarterback to shit.
I don't know if he was a good
He was pretty good with Seattle. Like, he wasn't terrible.
I think it was the system. Pete Carroll
Yes.
had a really good
Yes.
system. But
Yes.
his talent isn't that great,
Nope.
is what I mean.
Nope. I'm just saying it's pretty funny that he thought he was doing something good and he went downhill to nothing. Cracks me up.
I can't believe that Homeboy here is on this.
Troy Aiken?
No, the other one.
Ew, that fuckface? Joe Buck?
Buck.
Blech.
I was thinking Jack, his dad. Anyways, Buck
Ugh,
and
that guy.
Troy Aikman. They're on ESPN now. They left Fox. That's weird to me.
I fucking hate Joe Buck.
So they must have got paid bang to leave together as a crew. And then who's going to be calling the World Series? Which is great. I'm glad he's not. Maybe
Me
it'll
too.
be some new people in there. But
Robbie's like, Sammy is in between. Yeah, I think so too. Ernest Bell says, Ayla, you want to go see Halloween Ends movie? Sophie's like, and Sami Zayn made Roman, Jimmy, and Solo to break character whenever he talks. Pico says, he was amazing. What the fuck happened? I don't know, Pico. I think, he went to the Broncos in the Mile High Stadium and made it go to his head. I have no idea.
he was in a good system. He's a system quarterback, and he's not in a good system now.
There you go. Robbie says the
He's
team's playing system
undersized.
made him shit.
Yeah, he's undersized. And it's hard to play quarterback in the NFL when you're undersized.
Tua and their second quarterback in Miami are perfect examples.
Of terrible quarterback.
Oh my god, they're both tiny little boys.
But Bridgewater, I don't know how small Bridgewater is, but he was never good.
He was small just like Tua. Like, he was tiny. Like, he wasn't very big out there with those guys. I was like, what the fuck? He got lost in the pocket. I was like, where's the fucking quarterback at?
I just hope the Dolphins can get a decent quarterback in the first 3 or 4 rounds next year.
Right? People's like, my goodness, Russell Wilson misses the Hawks, I bet. It was like, no, I wasn't actually. I skipped more than I went to school. I was raised by my grandparents who were different. So he says, I'm just waiting to see when Kevin Owens comes back and then this Bloodline Sami Zayn eventual split storyline. Rob is like, Joe Buck, why is he so bad?
No. I'm not listening to him, so I just have to see him.
Everything about him. The way he commentates.
Never been a big fan of Joe Buck.
I
like Troy Aikman. I do like the Troy
him.
Aikman part of it.
It was like, no, Ernest, I didn't. Rob was like, Ayla, stop throwing up. Ayla's like, oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Ernest, I don't think we live in the same state. Plus, I have And I don't think that's what he meant either. Are you gonna go see it? Ernest is laughing at Sophie's like, interesting, Bray is going to SmackDown where Braun is not coming to Raw. I was like, hey Robbie, if you get help for your eating disorder, if you do. Ernest is like, well, time is passing.
That's what I need. An eating disorder.
Oh my god, seriously, I already have an eating disorder.
What do I have in this disorder? Was it Bianca on Saturday talking about her eating disorder? I'm like, oh, that's the good one.
Throw up what? Jesus.
Well, at least that way you can eat all you want. You just gotta throw it up.
It's like, dang it, I'll get help if you do. People's like, just see Robbie, the most stolen robotic guy commentating the World Cup. Yes. He is fucking terrible. I cannot stand him. Robbie's like, Ayla, talking to you is helping me. Piccolo's like, that's basically Buck in a nutshell. Thank you, Piccola. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly what he is. Can't stand him. Anyways, Kevin's like, Bobby Lashley is awesome. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Yeah, they treat him like he's not awesome, which is weird.
They've been burying him over the last few weeks.
Oh, hey, look, Riddle thinks he's cool. Sophie says, I wonder when someone playing a sport like football, baseball, etc., if they know how many years they have left until they want to retract. I think retire.
They have an idea. Some of them don't understand it and they never want to leave, so.
Just walk it off, boy. Just walk it off.
We saw that with Albert Pujols this year.
He's like, I think I sprained my ankle. It was because I was wearing a cut-off shirt out here.
Yadier Molina. Adam Wainwright. A lot of Cardinals in this conversation.
Sophie's like, how you liking Kevin Patrick? I don't listen to him, and he hasn't said anything very interesting, so.
He's fine. I listen to Corey Graves usually only anyway, so. What the hell is he doing? He told him no.
Well, thank you. It's funny.
You need to listen.
Oh, shit.
Why doesn't he listen?
Robbie's like, oh, Piccolo, Buck sounds like dead food. Piccolo's like, just as much as I enjoy Joe Buck. Right, Piccolo? It was like, the problem with that eating disorder is your teeth. Plus, you don't really lose weight. You get those chipmunk cheeks and you're bloated all the time. Yeah, it's not good. Robbie's like, is that from your experience? Ayla Earnsville's like, I hope it ends, really. So he's like, it seems like some sports players don't know when they want to retire. Some of them just don't know when to retire. I mean, let's put it that way.
Tom Brady's, what, 63, 64 years old this year, and he's still playing.
Right.
He's been playing since I was in grade school.
It was like, it's from observing people with bulimia versus people with anorexia. Yes, anorexia people have sunken in cheeks. Bulimia people have chipmunk cheeks. Piccolo says, nah, Kevin Patrick is there, but I'm a guy that's used to hearing Jericho screaming in the mic. Right? Like excitement, and they know what they're talking about. So he's like, I don't see Kevin Patrick lasting that long. It looks like this game going to give me a stroke. That's hilarious, Luke. Keeping you on pins and needles. I'm glad they're giving them a run for their money. They think that they're just so good.
I think the Chiefs are just dominating at this
point. They are to a certain degree, but if they're dominating, they're not doing it very well in the scoring category.
They've scored like 14 to 3 in the third and fourth.
True. I get it. But I'm saying if they were dominating, they'd be way more points than just dominated, as in every single time they ran down the field would give points.
They're going to have 31 points here in a minute.
Right. So if it's like about Brett Favre, didn't he retire twice and went back on it twice?
He went back to the Vikings for some reason. I don't understand it myself. Now he's in a lot of trouble. He might end up in prison. So.
Brett Favre?
Oh, yeah, he's in deep.
Favre's bad, man.
Oh, boy, just dropped that. Act like he never played football before.
He's like, do I hold on to this? I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. Hot potato! Hot potato!
He catches like I did in high school.
Hot potato!
I would have been a wide receiver except for I caught like this.
Hot potato! He's like, wait, where did it go? I don't understand. It was right there and then
He's
it was
like,
gone.
It's on me. Of course it's on you. You're the one that fucking dropped the ball.
You didn't even grab it, you dumbass.
The ball hit you in both hands.
Right?
He needs to make the diamond. Make the diamond. Uh-oh. Mahomes off his back foot. I guess I lied. It's only going to be 27 to...
We're going to get a field goal. So it's like, Robbie's like, good job, you have the local hospital on speed dial, Luke. Ernest Bell says my Bears are 2-3. Sophie says, remember when the WWE had the Gronk to a WWE contract? Yeah, and he was retired from the NFL, and then Tom Brady decided to go back, so he asked, and Gronk was like, all right, I guess I'll come.
He's like, hey, you want to come play with me in Tampa? And he's like, sure.
He got injured, and he was only there for like a few months of the season, and now he's really...
He missed that. He did miss it. Well, there's a flag, though. Let's see what's happening.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Holding.
Oh, no! They get another chance.
First down. They just lost the game because of that.
They did! They did!
That's unacceptable for the Raiders.
Totally unacceptable. I mean, holy fuck, how could you could you just give it to him?
Well, I don't know how you
That's
can hold
hilarious.
on defense anyway.
It's like, why on earth would you even hold during a kick like that when he fucked up? He's like, I didn't do it. It wasn't
You better take
me.
your helmet off and just leave.
Just go sit down over there. That guy's like, just go over there. Just go over there. Jesus Christ. There's so much time. It's 9 minutes. Oh my God. Get him! There you go. Tackle his ass.
What in creation did I just see?
Sorry, we're supposed to be watching wrestling.
Well, there's this shit match over here. I mean,
Right.
Sami Zayn's doing good, but it's Riddle. Unbelievable.
So Zach, remember on the W how the it looks like Robbie, I'm not allowed to get sick or hurt or Jade might kill me. Bryce says, well, what a crazy night, but it's time for me to go. See you guys on Wednesday. Later, bye, peace.
Have a good night.
Bye, Bryce. Sophie says some retired sports people keep their word. Some of them do. Luke says, oh my God, this kicker is horrible. Ernest Bell says, I was playing spades and forgot you guys was on. Don't worry about it, man. We understand. Robbie's like, well, they are fooked now. And Luke's like, oh my God, my heart. Sophie's like, it must be hard for you guys to watch wrestling and football at the same time. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, it's fine right now when they have crap matches like they're having now. It lets us watch football. But normally I'm watching the wrestling.
Right.
But
And it's not that Sammy's not doing a good job and stuff. I'm not a huge Riddle fan, so
zero
I just
respect
can't.
for Riddle.
I just can't. It's a thing.
Although he did not wear his drug stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Even
Maybe it's because they're in New York.
Maybe, I don't know.
I have no idea either, but
Somebody
Kevin,
needs to put him on an airplane to Russia.
right?
And maybe they can give him the Brittany Griner treatment.
Kevin says the only good thing about DX in the 90s was China. Oh, interesting. Robbie says, Luke, take some deep breaths in. Vindicator says, all right, guys, I'm going to step up my
That's it,
game plan
guys.
to hassle you some more on Wednesday.
And 3, Riddle wins it.
While I get ready for this DX game of bingo or whatever old folks do in their spare time. Take care. See you later. Bye, then. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good night. Luke says, I'm trying. Robbie says, why did WWE change commentary? They fired Jimmy Smith. Probably Paul didn't like him or something. Who knows?
They're just shaking things up.
Byron Saxon never did anything on commentary, by the way, guys. Like, he never did anything that was worthwhile for him to even be there. He was basically like that guy that Corey Graves could just shit on, and it was something, and Byron couldn't do anything about it. I don't know how this thing with Kevin's gonna work, but I'm kind of like with Piccolo. Like, it's like listening to, like, nothing. Like, in all reality. Like, he doesn't bring anything to the table, so it's just weird.
Well, we're done with that. Now you can write DX on here and be done with it.
Yep. Let's see. Sophie says Tom Brady, man, he can stay retired for one day before deciding to come back to play football. Robbie says main event Riddle is peak, not good.
I'm
Sophie
sure if
says,
you had a wife like that too, you would stay and play football as long as you possibly could.
right. Sophie says they're in Brooklyn, New York. P. Cole says I normally have the TV on listening to y'all on the phone and either cleaning the kitchen or folding laundry or whatever. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff happening. And making dinner. Sometimes. Ernest Bell says, alright, people, be cool. I'm out. Alright, Ernest, thanks for hanging out with us for a minute. We'll see you later. Sophie says, we got 9 minutes left. Looks like, oh my god, he got four touchdowns, Kelsey. People's like, TC Vindicator. Take care, Vindicator. Luke says, I have Mahomes and Kelsey on my fantasy team. Sophie says, Byron Saxton has been on and off the Raw now.
Why did the
past
chefs
6 or
go
7
for
years.
2 there? What the fuck? They went for one. They went for a 2-point conversion
And didn't get it?
and didn't get it. So now the Raiders can tie it with a touchdown. That is terrible coaching.
Why would you do that?
That's terrible coaching. An extra point would have given you an 8-point lead.
Yeah. And if you're really good, since they have so much time left, they could probably just get another touchdown if they really worked
Well,
on
if
it.
that's the case, then it won't matter anyways. But
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, why not just do this? Why not at this point do the safe route?
and the
Right?
kicker didn't look hurt. He was talking after his last miss. He was walking around still. It wasn't like he was dead.
So it was like Byron Saxton has been on and off the Raw now his team over the past 6 or 7 years. Robbie says, what does Byron Saxton know about wrestling? Anyway, I have no idea. He
think
doesn't
he
even
was
know
a
about
wrestler.
fashion. Looks like because it would be a 2-possession game if they made it.
How'd that work out for him?
I'm glad it's a 2-possession. Oh,
still
wait,
have
it's
to know how
not.
to
Oh,
coach.
wow.
I've said it for years that Andy Reid is one of the worst coaches ever, by the way.
He made
I
some
te-
pretty stupid decisions.
I told that to my cousin for years. I honestly didn't think the Chiefs would ever win a World Series or a championship because of him, because he's a terrible coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't have, he never has a running game. He always tries to do everything just through the quarterbacks. So if your quarterback gets hurt, you're kind of screwed. And now he's just kind of proven me right. That's a terrible decision.
These guys are fucking retarded.
Oh,
This was a thing.
oh.
Like, this was a fucking thing. Are you
People-
guys fucking kidding me? You guys
people
like
watch
this
this in
garbage?
People watched it in between the sex.
Fuck.
I think people just watched for the sex. But they were trying to be cool. They were trying to keep up with WCW. And they had to do whatever they could.
Wow.
And this worked.
Nobody cares what you have to say, dumbass. Rise like 8 minutes of DX. Yay, let me throw up in my mouth and choke. Yeah, gag me with a spoon. People says, did you know Saxon wasn't tough enough the same season as John Morrison? I don't know anything about Saxton. Except for he doesn't talk.
This guy.
Oh, I have to listen to him.
Degeneratic X.
To geriatric.
The badass Billy Gunn.
Oh, are they gonna make fun of him for being not there?
He had to take a knee. He's exhausted. Geritol.
Oh, you guys are just so fucking hilarious. Oh my god. So funny. People's like that, and Luke says the Chiefs was trying to make Raiders have to score twice.
Well, I understand what they were trying to do. It didn't work. That's too big of a gamble.
Yeah, why would you do that? Like, that just seems stupid. But whatever. Let's see. Sophie says this is still weird without Billy Gunn. Robbie says, and Razor Ramon. Robbie's like, okay, I got a spoon. I have plenty of spoons for Robbie, but thanks. And Sophie's like, never since Jim Ross left the WWE, the Raw Announce team has seen lots of changes, or ever since. Sophie says Corey Graves said something about Billy Gunn, but I missed what he said.
There's a guy in the front row with a Hulk Hogan outfit on.
I wasn't listening to him, so. see is really kind of sad. I agree, Argus. Pico says, I bet it smells like old leather and Cold Bond. Bengay. Pico. Geritol and Bengay. Obviously, Pico, that is some stench. LOL, he said he geriatric. So he's like, too bad Triple H and Tony Khan couldn't come up with some sort of deal where they could have Billy Gunn for the night. Chris says he said Billy Gunn.
Cut the time, would be great if they just cut it.
Oh god, cut him out. The whole thing. Like, oh, let's let him talk. No, let's not.
All right. I think that's it. So no surprise return or anything. I thought maybe they might bring somebody out there. But these old guys just wanted it all to themselves.
I was like, Bengay smells like old people. Yeah, I guess.
Or do old people smell like Bengay?
So he was like, wow, no interruptions. Chris is like, we are ready for Wyatt. That's not happening until Friday,
tonight.
I guess.
Gonna have to wait till Friday.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for Monday Night Raw. We appreciate it. They had some weird stuff happen tonight, but whatever, I guess.
Raiders are gonna have to get a first down. They got two plays to get a first down here.
Right?
David Carr goes deep and got it. Touchdown.
Holy fuck, that was beautiful.
Well, he's
wow.
He's a top 3
I know he is, but damn, that was beautiful. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. We'll see some weird whatever happens that night. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your evening and the beginning of your week.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye.
Bye.